Hi everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. Well, we have the fabulous Gerry Chiu back in the kitchen, and after doing her amazing cake last week, we just had to have her back. And what was so fantastic, you all loved the trees and the decorations and whatever she did, but did you see one of the ladies has followed what you did, Julie O'Connor?
We did three, so we had Julia,
Julie.
Penny,
yeah,
and there was one more. I actually wrote it down because I was really thankful for that. But Rachel as well.
Ah,
yeah.
Well, I've only seen Julie O'Connor's cake, but isn't it amazing that they've actually done it?
Yeah.
And isn't it a nice feeling that they've followed what you've done?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, when we do these lives, we always say have a go, but to actually see you have a go, it really makes a difference. You know?
Does.
And it makes it more worthwhile to actually come all the way up here to do these. So thank you.
And it's nice to see people having that go that would never have had the confidence before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what's so fabulous about it. So anyhow, based on that, we asked Gerry to come back again. Rania, I don't think she expected me to say, can you come back the week after? But she's here and she's got this fabulous cake to show you how she's going to make. I don't know whether we'll get, well, she's already said we don't know whether we'll get it all done, but we're going to go do a good part. Yeah. And we're actually going to do a handbag cake class, a different handbag. So we're going to do a handbag cake class, which leads me on to Gerry's class here. Ta-da! So, ta-da! What do you think of this? A fantastic children's cake, isn't it? So we're going to do this as a class, and I think it's going to be the 18th of September, isn't it?
Yeah, thereabouts.
So it's on the website. If you want to buy it, it's on the website. It's ready. The Facebook page is ready as well, and we've just got to put a little bit more information in the group. But it's going to be a fabulous day, and you're going to enjoy doing this. And also, you can change it, because if you don't want cute dragons, you could put some other cutie little things on. But Gerry will be sticking with dragons on the day, won't you?
Yeah, I mean, like, as I say, we're just going off what we said last week and what we thought people liked. So you asked, I listened.
And there you go.
So hopefully, yeah.
And she's going to show you all with no moulds and no cutters. Well, a few little things, but you don't have to buy any cutters for it, anything. You know, she's going to show you as it is. So I think that's going to be a fabulous class. So let me know if you like that. Put your thumbs up. Let us know. And also say a big welcome to Gerry as well for coming back in the kitchen, which we're really pleased about.
Thank you for having me.
No, we're loving having you. Simon's in the kitchen. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Carol.
Hi. And then we have done Claire Corbett's class today, the Cakesicles class. Now, what a fabulous day that was. We've had a great big sign up for that, and it's great. And lots of the ladies haven't done it today because it was so hot. But God bless you ones that did do it. I don't know how many actually did do it. I know that there was a hell of a lot. Over half the group were watching and doing it. But you know what? It is scorching. And if you can hear that noise down the end, that's the fan. How many was doing the class today?
There was a lot doing it.
Yeah.
And I've seen some pictures of them.
They look amazing, don't they?
Yeah.
So they do. What pictures I've seen look amazing. So if you hear the noise down there, it's because we have to have the fan on. We are melting here at the moment, and I'm sure you're melting in your homes as well. So those people who did do this class, well done to you. All the credit in the world. And what we have seen in the group is beautiful. So well done. And those of you who want to join this class, you can still join it. It's going to be there forever. So if you want to join it, it's broken up into 4 sections, so you can watch it and, you know, go back and use it anytime you want. And those members who are in the group can go back and go to certain sections that they may have missed out on or want to catch up on. So let me just go to the overhead and let me show you what Claire made today. So how fabulous are these? I'll just give you a close-up there. So close up there. So look at that. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? Then these are the mini ones. And then we've done love hearts. When I say we, Claire has. So love heart. They're just so pretty, aren't they? What a fabulous gift to give somebody, aren't they? And I can't say any more than just how fabulous they are. They're just really, really good.
Yeah, they're great for kids.
For kids? I can't be pleased to get one.
Well, they are, but more so because they're on little sticks. Everything, the kids will have anything on a stick. And it's less messy to eat, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
My kids would be going crazy for those right now.
And then Claire is going to be doing another class, which is 12 vintage cupcakes. So I'll just put them on the overhead there. So 12 vintage cupcakes. There's only 6 here at the moment, but she didn't bring all 12. But she'll be doing 12 different designs on the day, providing you all keep up. And vintage cupcakes are so pretty. They're just so lovely. So that class is online, and that is on the 27th of August. So that's a week on Thursday, guys, if you want to book on for that class. And everything is in the groups as well. But anyhow, what we are going to do is look forward to having Gerry in her class, and I can't wait to watch her. So cute. And I'm your commenter for the day, because Karen is on holiday. So I'll be doing the comments. And the blue dragon, what made you do a blue? Just because of boy and girl?
Just like the pastel colours really. But yeah, it's just to bear in mind, obviously it is a castle and you can have it as a unisex one, it can be girls or boys. And you can also learn how to customise it for other occasions too. So it's an all-rounder. But yeah, there's no moulds used in this one, which just proves that everyone can do it. It is a full-day class, but plenty of fun to be had. And
there's lots of fun to be had. So, oh, and we've got new boxes, cake boxes in the kitchen. They're on the website. There's the blue ones. There's blue snowflake, and there's the gold stars, and these are the rose ones. So they're in. Can you see how red I am? The heat's just come on. Will you grab us a kitchen roll there?
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I'm hot or whether I'm having a hot moment, but I'm going to go and sit myself over there, do comments, and I'm going to let Gerry get on with it for tonight because she has got a lot to show you. So if you do really enjoy Gerry's company and you want to do one of her classes and you want to support her on that, please do. You can actually sign up. It's live now on the website. Yeah. Can I have a roll?
Yes, sorry.
I think there's another big roll there as well, so you can help yourself.
Yeah, got it.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for having me back. So as discussed, we are going to do the handbag cake today.
Let's move that out of the way for you.
Yeah. So with it, this is a very intensive cake. So as I say, we will try and get it done as much as we can in the 2 hours. But yeah, we're going to go through a lot of stuff. So it's cake carving, it's looking back at cake lace. Geraldine Allen actually mentioned about wanting a recap on the cake lace, so we're going to have a go on that.
And black cake lace as
Black,
well.
yeah, so of all days, I decided to use black cake lace on black fondant on a carved cake. So,
well done, Gerry.
I'm optimistic, but you know, we'll see.
That's
Nothing
what
like a bit
challenge.
of enthusiasm. So we're going to just move this out the way for now.
So everything that Gerry is using tonight is in stock on the website, including the black cake lace and the mats and all the other bits. She'll tell you as she goes along anyhow.
Yeah.
So if you need anything.
So yeah, so as I say, we've got a lot of things to cover today. So we're going to try and kind of get through it. I know normally I'm quite thorough with everything, but I do like to show you a finished product, so we're trying to speed up a little bit. So if Simon could just pass me the cake in the fridge, that would be really handy. So we're going to start with the actual carving first, just because it is so hot today. We need to give this cake some time back in the fridge after we've carved it.
Isn't it, Gerry?
It is, yeah. So thank you. Okay. So here I have 4 layers of sponge. Now, if you have a cake at home, or if you have a handbag at home that you want to use as a model, then obviously get that out and you've got something to work towards. So this one's just carved from freehand, just like the look of it really, so we just thought we'd do it. So that's going to be more or less my model for today. So it's 4 tiers of sponge. I've already put the jam and the buttercream in it and we've put it in the fridge for a little bit just because it's so warm. It just makes it a bit easier to carve. So let's take all this off.
Sorry, Simon and I are sorting out ourselves out.
That's
with our
all right.
treats.
You
Did you see us?
Yeah, rustling in the background. That's good.
That's a massive cake though, that isn't it?
To be
I'm
fair,
gonna hold on a bit.
do you know this? So we're going to do the simple carve method today, just because of time. But if you ever take a class with me on a handbag cake, we show you how to utilise all the cake, so you're not really wasting as much. But just for today, we're just going to do a quick carve. Everyone's going to be very hot today, so we don't want to be keeping you too long. So what you need is a nice tray, just to catch all the crumbs. Bigger pot bowl, just to put all the big pieces in. And a nice sharp knife. So you can use a rub bread knife. This is just a serrated one. Okay. So I'm going to turn it to the front so you can see. Now if you look at this handbag there as well, what we've got is this kind of triangular shape. So that's kind of the first thing that we're going to do. Now with the top of the cake, it's quite flat. So I'm just going to mark off with my knife 2 lines, and that's the top. Okay. And then actually Simon can go overhead here because what we're going to do is show you how to carve. So start about halfway. You've got to get your knife about halfway to into the sponge, and you've got to put it at a slight angle. And all you're going to do is try and cut it so that it comes to this edge here. Okay.
Right, Liz Mosley has asked what size are the cakes?
As in, you mean let me just get a ruler.
Your first part, what size are they?
Okay, so I did bring a ruler. So that is 6.5 inch wide and 9 inches long.
Have you made them in a brownie tin?
They're actually, you know, and it's about 1.5 inches thickness. So those are actually IKEA roasting tins.
Oh, are they?
So because I do a lot of carved cakes,
Yeah.
this is actually a nicer size to start off with.
Yeah.
They only take about 40 minutes in the oven as well. So
And
it's
all your
quick.
layers are even as well, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. They actually, I think they're aluminium. Yeah, I think they're aluminium. So they're quite good for keeping the heat in.
Angela Blagg says, wow, I thought you'd forgot to move your handbag off the table.
Ah.
It looks so good. Isn't that a lovely compliment, that? They are.
So what we're going to do is just slice this off.
Oh, you've had your first sign up. Gina Lee signed up for your class.
Oh, wonderful, thank you. So we've got a few, actually there's quite a lot of people on from last week's class that said they're really excited for this week's class. So again, thank you for sticking by and doing it again.
Jerry.
Oh, the actual class,
This is
wow,
the Facebook
dude,
Live.
that's amazing.
Got your first paid customer.
Goodness,
there, Gina
thank you
Lee.
so much,
Yeah,
Gina.
Yeah. This is a live class.
But yes, that's quite true. You know what, I do so many tutorials and just giving loads of things out for free to you guys, it's all become one big blur, hasn't it? So, so
What type of sponge have you made?
this is actually classes of Madeira. This one.
Yeah.
So what you want is quite a firmer cake. So don't go for the Victoria sponge because I think that one's a little bit too light. So anything you don't, when you chop it off, just pop it inside the bowl, and then you've got a clear surface to look on here so you can see what you're doing. Now the key to this is you want to be turning it around. So I've got this side here. That's quite nice, and then I'm gonna turn it the other way just to try and match it up. It doesn't have to be completely identical because, you know, the bag, you want a bit of movement, unless you're looking at a bag that is very rigid looking, by which means I'd tell you to use a template or something. But just freehand carving, just go with the flow. So we're just chopping. Now you can see the nice layers there, eh?
Everyone thinks you're very brave doing it in this heat.
I didn't expect the weather to be this hot when I said yes, we'll do black
And
fondant.
Pam Wedley says, use the spare cake for cakesicles.
Yeah, cakesicles, cake pops,
Yeah.
neighbours, whoever wants to cake. But it is, yeah, there's not actually that much waste. But as I say, if you ever do a class with me with a handbag, that actually doesn't even get wasted. You can reincorporate it into the design of the carved cake. But this is the easy method. So we're just going to do this one for today. So I'm happy with this side. It's a nice slope. So we're going to go onto the other side.
Turn round and do it the other way.
I've already turned it once and I've turned it again. So I'm just going to go back this way. So you kind of want to look at this angle here to see and try and match it. So start halfway, and I'm just going to chop this here just so that it comes off a bit easier. There you go, whole piece, come on. There you go. That's a nice slice. And then again, I'm just going to turn it back round again. So it looks a bit like a roof, the rooftop of the house. Also want to say, so I was here last week, and then I've been on Facebook a bit more this week. So the community group's been very busy.
It's a great community.
It is. It's lovely. And whilst I've got you, Iris, if you are watching, get well soon.
Yeah. Bless her.
Yeah. I'm sure Karen's making you as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, well, just to give you an update on Iris. Iris had a fall on Thursday after the buttercream flowers class. She's been in the hospital since. So she is got a broken arm, bashed her face, done something to her leg. Not quite sure what she's done actually, but basically she's hurt herself bad.
Yeah.
But she is happy and bubbly, and she's got Karen and all the boys on the run around. So everyone's running around.
So sending you lots of love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Geraldine Allen says she's mesmerised already, and Michelle Ward has signed up to your. Is it Michelle Ward who signed up to your course as well?
Oh, thank you so much. So as you can see, that is almost there. We've already done it, so it's really quick. So you know, it doesn't actually. This one doesn't take too much time to carve. This looks a bit too straight to me.
Yeah,
here.
Michelle Ward signed
So
up
I'm
to your
just
class as well, and a few other people are asking also. I'll go and grab the link, and I'll put the link and pin it to the page. Don't forget to like and share, everybody. Just while I interrupt, on Friday when we should have done the shares, I had to run off to get my hair done. And I forgot to do the like and shares, so I'll do double on Friday. All right, so sorry about that, but I'll get them all done on Friday morning, I promise. Last week's
Right.
it was a manic week last week, wasn't it? It was pretty crazy.
Very
not
busy
much
for
better this
everyone.
week.
No, it's not better this week.
Right, so now I've got the shape I like. Just to see the very bottom, it's quite flat, so you want to taper that in a little bit. So just take your knife and cut it at an angle towards the bottom of the cake, and that makes just makes it look a bit more 3D and a lot less like a cake. There we go, all the way around. So this bit, as I say, it doesn't take long to do. It just looks quite effective when it's done.
It's looking good. So we've got to put those bits in there. We'll save them now. Give them for Karen for doing her cake sickles that weekend.
Yeah, she can definitely keep those.
Yeah, because she didn't get a chance to do the cake sickles today, so I said, there you go. Don't even have to make any cake, Karen.
It's really, it's just so hot
Is she
today.
watching?
I don't know. I haven't seen her pop up yet. She's had a long day.
It's actually Liz, I think Liz Brocklehurst. It's her 60th today, so she did say she might not be watching today
I did say happy
because
birthday to
you
her,
are,
actually,
yeah, she might not be watching today, but if you're re-watching tomorrow, happy birthday, haven't forgotten. Right, so that's the basis of this cake. So
Fantastic.
very quick, yeah. Now I'm gonna just pop this to one side, and then I'm gonna get the ganache out for you.
So I put the link there to Gerry's class. It's £30. It is a whole day class. And Gerry is doing the class so that you don't need to have any cutters or anything special like that. It's sugar paste, colouring, and she's going to show you how to do everything by freehand as well. I mean, you might need the odd little knife and rolling pin. Yeah.
Basic tools, but nothing that you haven't got at home already. Okay, so ganache, this is, because it's so hot today, we're giving it a 3:1 ratio, but could actually be doing with a 4:1 ratio of chocolate to double cream. So, just going to give it a little bit of a mix. Smooth it out. Actually, that's not too bad. You want it to be like peanut butter consistency. That makes it a bit easier to spread. If your cake is chilled, that helps. Stops all the crumblies coming everywhere, but it's not a necessity. So, just going to slap it all on.
Lots of hellos, got a fantastic audience, just under 500 tonight, which is fantastic. Please like and share, everybody. I mean, Gerry worked ever so hard last week to show you some amazing skills, so make sure that you share these amazing skills with all your friends.
Amazing.
I know, when I get my words out, amazing skills with all your friends. She really does appreciate all the love that you give her. And thank you for saying hello. The date we have for the castle is the 18th of September. It's £30 for the class. It's the 18th of September all day.
So I'm just spreading this
Oh,
liberally.
Liz Brocklehurst is here.
Oh,
So she said hi, and she said she can't keep away.
well, happy birthday.
Yes,
Thanks
happy
spending your
birthday.
birthday with me.
Oh, is it your birthday?
No, I meant like, it's her
Oh,
birthday.
shame
So,
on you.
yeah. It's
So
just
you never said
of
a
all
word.
people that you've... No, I'm not till October, I have to think then. But yeah.
She said, Liz Brocklehurst said she was blown away with last week's live, and I think all of you were blown away last week's live. So many of you said it was the best live. Really put me out of sync, didn't it? Me and my pretty little macarons there.
Oh, I love those. They were great. Sorry, I keep forgetting that we're actually on camera, so I'm just working away. Right, so we're just going to keep going round. As I say, this should hopefully set quite quickly in the fridge. So,
Right. Would you use white ganache if you were using a light cake? If you were
personally,
using light icing?
I
Sorry.
stick to dark, only because I don't want to give my customers too many options because I don't have much fridge space. So dark, it's dark for me anyway. It doesn't show through on white sugar paste, and actually I still think it tastes nice having that chocolate with your flavoured cakes, but it's personal preference. If you do want to do a white chocolate ganache, your ratio is going to be higher than the dark chocolate.
Aw, Maureen. You know we love your lives, Carol. Thanks, Mo.
Ah,
I'll try and get better.
everyone does. We all love it.
No, they're all here saying how much they loved last week's class. Absolutely loved it.
Oh, I really appreciate it. I say I went
To be
back.
fair, every class, every lesson, you got me saying classes now. Every Facebook Live
I
you've
know.
done has been brilliant.
Well, you know, I always go back when I go home. I'll go back onto Facebook and I'll go through all the comments that you've all left me, and it's really nice. You know, I mean, we do this, and I've done this for 6 years now, but it doesn't get old when people tell you that the cakes are actually really nice. They're just, you know, the comments really inspire you and they just keep you going. So thank you for the encouragement. As I say, I didn't even think I was going to do classes until last week, so.
Oh. Right, so Michelle Ward says, looks like the castle cake course is going to be very popular. But don't worry, Carol, I'll be on my best behaviour. Thank you, Michelle. Now, the thing is, I've got 2 Michelle Wards in the group.
Oh,
and
right.
I need one of them to rename their title Michelle Ward 1 or Michelle Ward 2, because I never know which one I'm speaking to. I can't really ask. We've got a cheeky one who named our hedgehog Dick, Richard.
Oh.
So we can't have her called Michelle Ward Dick, can we? My friends might wonder.
Right, grab this. Okay. So
Karen Naylor's asked, Gerry, did you manage to put a rainbow on last week's cake?
I haven't yet. It was super busy this week in my own cake kitchen, so but it is on my list. I will do it, and when I do it, I will post it in the community group for you all.
And is this dark chocolate ganache?
This is dark chocolate, yeah. So the one I'm using today, I've made a 3-to-1 ratio for chocolate, but I should have done 4-to-1 because it is weltering hot today.
Another question: how much ganache was made for this cake?
So this mixing bowl is 1.5 kilos of chocolate and 2 tubs of double cream, so it's about just under 600 mils. So that actually can cover two 6-inch and 2 8-inch cakes. So you get quite a lot inside one of these. So that, I would say, about a third has gone onto this cake, but we've not even scraped it yet and tied it up, so some of that's going back in the tub. So what I'm going to do is, I've lathered it on. I'm going to get my scraper now and just tidy it up a little bit because you don't want all these lumps and bumps. So just bring it this way so you can see.
I love that. Margot Cook, there's only one whipping it up queen.
Ah.
And then lots and loves and likes, and they're all very pleased with my lives and classes. They're quite happy.
Quite? I mean, you can show them loads.
Yeah, they do. They all love them. I'm not to change. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. But having said that, I will say Gerry is top notch.
And yeah. It's different, isn't it? Because I actually do cakes for a living, whereas you're teaching them from products, which actually I think that's harder because you're kind of not winging it, but you're doing it on the go.
I always thought we winged
But
it
it proves. Simon.
That's a motto.
That's true, I am
But it
holding
is. You are showing that anything's possible, and it is very easy to do when
I'm
you have
actually
the
showing them
know-how.
that when you buy a new product and you're stuck in the kitchen on your own,
Yeah.
and you're thinking, how's this going to work?
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't work, how are we going to sort it out and make it look pretty still? Leslie Irvin, I wish that Leslie Irvin a happy birthday as well. I think she's 60 today, if I remember right.
Stat.
And she says she may not be able to watch the whole live because she's going out for a celebrationary meal, but she'll definitely catch up later.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
And have an extra G&T because you earned it on today.
Where does she live that they'll all have to go out for meals?
Kathy, Joe's class is on the 4th of September.
So I'm not sure if Chloe. So Chloe watched last week. Chloe is my brother's girlfriend, and she's never done cake decorating, but she said she was enthralled by this. So it's quite nice to see.
Gerry, your cake last week, I can't tell you, your cake last week was mesmerising. Everybody, I read through all the comments, and everybody was mesmerised. In fact, they're mesmerised watching you stroke that ganache. I'm mesmerised watching you stroke that ganache.
I'm normally a bit more chatty, aren't I, when I start explaining what I'm doing, but just for this part, I'm just in full work mode because I'm trying to get this done within the time frame.
Says, I cannot believe this handbag is a cake. She keeps looking at it in amazement. Gerry's going to show you how to make as much of this cake as you can today, but she is going to do a completely different handbag cake for a class, which I'm sure you're all going to love.
Yeah.
It'll have a lot more hard work on it though.
It's just fine tuning as well. When you have 2 hours to do something, it's not. I'm not expecting it to look exactly like this one here. But if you have a full day's class with me, then you'll be able to see how to take your time, do the bits that you need in the right order, and also some tricks of the trade. So it's ganache now, and I'm just going to transfer it over to the cake board. So this is a masonite board, and I'm using this one because it's quick and it looks professional. I don't have to do anything else. There's no ice in the board. It's wiped clean, so that's perfect for me.
These masonite whiteboards will be on the website tonight. They are in stock. They've actually been in stock for over a week, and I've not put them on the website yet, but I will do.
Right.
Susan Sutcliffe, the class is on the website, and it's having its own Facebook page built. The page is already built, and it's £30 for the class. Will you be doing the handbag tutorial? Yes, you will.
I will.
She is. I'll get a date off her afterwards for October for the handbag class.
Yeah.
And what Gerry has also said, would you like to learn how to make a car? So not a remote control car, just a car cake. What's that, a car cake?
So, so my cake business is in Liverpool, and let me tell you, every other cake maker is always passing me car cakes because they're too afraid to do it. I do all sorts. I can do Range Rovers, smaller cars, puntos, saloon cars, you name it, I've done them. So what I think would be nice is to actually, I wasn't going to do this because I thought, you know, they are time consuming. It is, but do you know what? You've been really kind, and I've actually really enjoyed doing these, so why not? Let's throw another one in there. So if you want to learn how to make a car cake, this is the only place I'm going to be doing it. So it's going to be exclusive to Carol.
Well, we're very privileged. So I'll get dates off Gerry for the handbag cake and the car cake.
Yeah.
And we'll get them on the website. I've also got another class for dough as well, for Halloween models. We've got a lot going on.
So that is all I need to do. It's going to go in the fridge for about 15 minutes just to set up a little bit. So Carol's going to do that for me if you don't mind.
And I'm going to pass it to Simon.
So whilst that's going on, obviously we've got to keep rolling, and we're going to bring it onto the cake lace. So Geraldine did ask about how to go through it. We're going to do a little quick recap. Today we're using black lace, which it comes in the same way as the white original.
We've got lots of people signing up for your class, Gerry.
Oh, you're amazing.
Yeah. Judy Page is going to. I think Nutty Elaine might do. I think Michelle Ward is going to. There's lots of people who are saying they fancy signing up for your castle cake. The castle cake is so pretty, and the thing is, once you've done it, you've then got the basis for altering it to anything you want, haven't you?
Absolutely. So, but yeah. So sorry, Carol. More about that later on. We're going to crack on, otherwise I'll never have a cake to show you. So, as I say, we're going to use black lace. Now, when it comes in two parts, like the white one. Okay. So you do have to make it up, but it doesn't take long. It's about 5 minutes. And just follow the instructions on the back, and you can make it ahead of time and store it back into the pot there, which is what I'm doing, okay? So all I've done is I've spread it onto my silicone mat. So this is, this one here is the fishnet mat, so just held it on the overhead. So the fishnet one is the one I've used on the handbag that I brought with me. And then I've got the snakeskin one, which is what I'm going to put on today's cake that I'm making. And that one has already got one drying on there nicely. So questions I get asked are, cake lace is brittle or it's too soft, it's breaking on me, how can I rectify it? So today of all days is probably the best day to show you, because it's so humid today, and as most of you know, lace does not like humidity or the heat. So
well, it's good to see how to troubleshoot
yeah, absolutely. So, you know, we're gonna try and show you. You can salvage it. It's not the end of the world if something happens. Now, these have been pre-done, and I've left them on parchment paper or greaseproof paper just because they are a bit more tacky than normal because of the heat. So if you put them in the plastic wallets, which I normally suggest, they might stick. So just to avoid that, I put them on the parchment paper. Now, these were made yesterday, and when I got here, they were actually they were coming away from the paper, but certain parts were wet again. So all I've done is pop them back in the oven for about 2-3 minutes just to try and dry them out again, and you'll see that they come off nice and easily like this, okay? And it is flexible still, okay? So with it being a bit more temperamental today, if you want to make your cake lace a bit stronger, you need to add some pearlized lace on the back after it's dried. So here's one we've made that's still in the mould. So that's in the mat, and we can start. I'll show you how to peel that now. So let's take those away. So for the handbag, you probably need about 3 sheets of this pattern, just to give yourself a bit more, just in case something goes wrong. So you know when it's dry because it's nice and flat, and it will peel away from the corners by themselves. Okay. So flip it over, and then grab yourself a knife, palette knife, or the spreading knife. Take a corner, and you're just going to peel away, but put a bit of pressure on where you're peeling so you're not going to rip it. So I make these ahead of time. It doesn't take long. These have been in the oven for about 10 minutes, So I put the black one on first, put it in for 10 minutes. When it's dry, take it out and then put another layer of the silver pearlized over that and then back in for about another 5 minutes and you're done. So it was really quick to get these. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as I say, it comes out, it is flexible, you can mould it. Now that's perfect, it's the right kind of consistency that you want. If you do leave it out and it's a bit damp outside, that is going to go a little bit more softer and a bit more sticky. So again, put it in the oven for another minute or two just to help dry it out for yourselves. Now I'll see, as you can see here, got little specks of silver for where it's, I've not quite cleaned the mat off properly. But it's not a problem. You can always use a little cocktail stick to kind of prise those away, or if you're putting it black on black, you can have the airbrush over it, you can get a bit of dust on it, it comes up, you won't be able to notice it. So you'll see the back there, that's the silver because that's the second layer that I put on after the first layer. So do you want to see how that's done? Have we got time?
Do the bears what in the woods?
Right.
Lots of people booked your class, Gerry. Karen Holt, Maureen Bailey, loads of people have actually booked. You've got over 600 people watching, which is fantastic. We're very
thank you
pleased
very
with that.
much.
Don't forget to keep liking and sharing. Absolutely fabulous and amazing. And I think you're going to have a really nice group of people joining your
well,
group.
thank you very much for joining me because, as I say, it's a very hot day today. You could be doing anything in the garden, chilling with a beer, but chose to sit and watch me. So thank you.
I think they're amazed that you're actually doing it in this weather.
I forgot to say hello to my girls. So hi Lizzie, hi Stephanie. So they're at home with my sister today, and they said they'd tune in. So that last week, they actually tuned in last week, and they said, "Mummy, you looked a lot slimmer on TV." So that was quite nice, wasn't it? I thought, thank you. Yeah. They said, and then my sister-in-law said, "Oh, your top was really nice." So this week, I thought I better actually dress too.
Well, actually, a few people have commented on your top and said that they really like it.
So all I'm doing is I'm spreading this black lace over my mat. Go liberal with this because most of it's going to come back off afterwards. So give it a wiggle. It's like spreading butter on toast. You want to make sure it goes into all the crevices, okay? There we go. I have to say, the black one, when it's fresh out the oven, it has the best results. There's different laces, different colours yield different results purely because of the pigments that they use to make these colours. So if you want a foolproof one, that if you've never tried lace before, you want one that is easy to use, then the white original is the easiest one, followed by the gold, because that one is a nice metallic finish and it's a little bit stronger. So you know, if you're worried about it snapping on you, you could always try that one.
The white though, you can put colour in it
yeah.
and colour it, can't you?
So there was a video that another live we did a few months ago where we coloured it with some of your powders, and it works really well. So if you ever want to watch back, you can do. That's what
go back for our lives.
Can do.
In fact, go back for our lives and watch all Jerry's lives on our Facebook lives.
Oh, they'd be sick of me by
They're
then.
on YouTube. Every single one of them's on YouTube. Right, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I forgot what the question is now. Where has it gone? Oh, I've lost it.
Is Sam Ball watching tonight?
We're asking about the handbag clay class, so we'll have to get that on later.
Not got there yet. She literally that castle last week, and I was up till 6 a.m. this morning making it so that I have something to show you. Dedication. So we'll get the car up as soon as we can, and we'll do the handbag as well. So you've got those launched for you, ready to go. Right. So I put as much as I wanted onto my mat. Now we're just going to scrape off the excess. So you want to take your knife and just put it at a slight angle, and we're just going to glide it over the sheet.
I know the question. How long does the lace last for once you've made it?
So the lace lasts for as long as it says on the tub that you bought it. So this little tub is, it's good till July 2021.
Just let me tell you, all the mats and the spreading knife and the lace is on the website. I've got Ruby on the website, and I've just put that on offer. It's a best before date, so it lasts for ages. But I've give it a £3 discount. So, and that's for November. Let me tell you now, I've got lace in the cupboard that I bought way back in 2014, and I had it out a few months ago, and it still worked perfectly fine.
So if you ever want to use it, even if it's just for practice, you know, get them out and give them a go, because it's one of those things where the more you use it, the better you get. I mean, with anything in cake decorating, you're going to get better with practice. But they yield really good results, and it's quick results. So later on, hopefully you'll see me whacking this all together and things come along very quickly. Now, so I'm scraping any excess back into the tub. So this uses very little lace. You get a lot for your money. And as I say, they come in different colours. You can get it in reds. The pearlised range is really nice. You could have it in silver, so maybe a grey bag with a silver netting over the top is quite nice. You get that little shimmer as well.
Yeah, Gerry's done several lives with cake lace. I think you've done 3 or 4 on our page,
I think I have, yeah.
And you should have a look at them. She made a beautiful dragon some time ago, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
That was made with a snake skin, wasn't it? That was when you had a funny name for it and it looked like a sweary word, which wasn't meant to be intended, but we can't stop laughing.
We always have a laugh here, don't we?
It was a Chinese word, but when you looked at it in a certain way, it looked like a sweary word.
Oh, okay.
Go back and watch the lives.
Yeah, go back and watch.
So what I've done is I've turned my mat round to scrape, because if you just try and scrape off from one direction, you're going to get this bit in the middle that you can't cover. So if you just rotate your mat as you do it, that helps. Now this looks pretty good. So most of it's gone back in, and as I say, anything that you make
Sam
up.
Hall is here. She
Oh,
just said
hello,
to say
Sam.
hello, and she's here.
Sam watches all my lives, and she's lovely. So hello, Sam. I do appreciate you being on here. So yeah, so these are scraped off now. It's relatively good, and there might be a little, just because of time, I'm rushing, but there might be a few traces where you can see the black come through, but we're doing black on black, so it doesn't matter. So what we want to do now is we're going to put this in the oven for 10 minutes on, I think yours is lowest is 85, isn't it?
I don't know actually.
So I normally do mine at 75 on a fan, and I do this for about 10 to 12 minutes. So we're gonna roll with 10. We don't want to overbake it, because if you overbake, you'll get it's going to be brittle. So just bear with me a minute. I'm going to take this and put this in the oven.
If you want, Julie Page, if you want to see all our past Facebook Lives, if you go to our YouTube channel, Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles, then click the videos, because it just comes up as our main page, but then click videos, and then once you go in there you can do a search, and if you put Gerry's name in, it should come up. Or if you put Gerry's name in and then put Sugar and Crumbs at the end of it, you should get all the videos on Google.
Yeah. Right. So have a quick clean up. So yeah, so the lace, it's one of those products where you just do a little bit of prep to get it ready. As I say, it comes in a powder and this glucose syrup. Some of the if you get pearlised, they're ready to go. So as soon as you open the pot, like the silver one here, it's ready to go. Okay. So again, depends on what projects you want to use it for. Some of them are just want a more pearlised look. If you don't like pearlised, if you want an all white cake, then you can always use the white lace first, let it dry, and then I've made a mess. So let it dry, and then I'm just Carol's going to shout at
On the
me.
pink board.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. But actually, that's the good thing, is that the laces, even if you put black on those silicone mats, when they come out and you wash them with warm water, they come out spotless, don't they? And they look pristine, good as new.
Do. And you do only have to hand wash them, don't you?
Yeah, I literally just a bit of warm water, and they just dissolve. So yeah, really good. So that's the lace.
So a question here by Anne. She said she wants to make a gold lace crown to stand up on top of a cake.
Perfect.
Can she just leave it to dry for longer and then it will stand up? Will it be strong enough? I would say
It
yes.
will. No, you can. So it depends. If you use the pure gold one, that's a slightly darker gold. That one's strongest. The soft gold, I find that a little bit soft, so you can do 2 layers, you can do 2 coats, and that strengthens it. Let it dry. So I tend to air dry all mine if I've got the time. It's the best foolproof method. If you do want to put it in the oven, you can do so, about 10 to 15 minutes. But do watch it, because it goes from liquid to set very quickly. There's only like a minute or 2 difference. And just wrap it round.
We've got 2 fabulous guys watching tonight. We've got Nick Ty. Hi, Nick Ty.
Hello.
That's Geraldine Allen's brother.
Oh,
he comes
nice.
on to wind her up. So he's here tonight. And we've also got Paul the Bald Baker.
Oh, hello.
And I can't remember what Paul's name is, but basically he lost his Facebook page, and when he lost it, it came back as the Bald Baker.
You have I recognise the names. Some of them pop up every now and again, don't they? It's always the same ones. So thank you for watching. So, so again, whenever I do a cake at home for work, it is non-stop. I have a routine and I try and just keep rolling so that I'm not wasting any time. So we've got our lace in the oven, our cake's in the fridge, and we're going to look at these highlighted accents.
The lace in the oven, it just went straight on the shelf, didn't it?
It did, yeah. So
No
you can
tray.
put it straight
No tray.
into onto the rack, and it's best in the middle. So just keep it in the middle rack. Right. So we have these areas here, like the buckle, the chain. The chain's actually a mould from Katie's Sue. So that's this one here. Just do it as an overhead. Here we go. We're here.
Which
No.
one do you want to go on?
Oh,
Overhead,
there we go.
second,
No, overhead's
okay.
better. So that's this one here, and I've used this link, the first one along here. So that you can do them by hand if you want to, but this makes the job so much easier. So you know, you can use it for lots of different things. So if you ever want to invest in something, this is definitely a top one for me. So we've got chains, we've got little links here. As I say, coming to the front, we'll see a little padlock. And they're just little details, but they make all the difference to the cake. So we're going to crack on and show you how to do some of those.
Temperature for the oven?
The temperature, so you want it about 75 degrees fan. Carol's one's a little bit hotter, it's 80 degrees. So all I'm going to do is just put it in for a little bit less time and just watch it. But if you are worried about it over drying, then just leave it out at room temperature and let it dry for about 5 to 8 hours, and you'll get a foolproof finish. So right now, for the gold, we're going to start off with a yellow or a brownish base. So I used Renshaw's Teddy Bear Brown, and I've just mixed it with white sugar paste to make it a slightly lighter colour. And I'm just going to knead that. Now, because it is hot, you're going to find that your sugar paste is too soft to work with. So you might want to add a bit of Tylo powder in there, and that will help to firm it up a little bit.
The ball baker is called Paul Holmes.
Ah.
He's just given his full name. I know who he is, and then I forget. They'll have to tell me every week because I'll never remember.
Right, so here we go. So we're going to start off by making little things like the circular rings here, the catches here. The chain, I'd probably make it as I'm about to put it on, because that one you have to kind of shape it around the bag. So if you do that too early and it dries rigid, it's going to crack. Okay? So to make our ring, we're going to roll a sausage. We're going to get a smoother, and we're just going to make a line. Okay? So we're just going to roll along the sausage.
Which sugar paste are you using?
So it's Renshaw's here. So I've got Renshaw Teddy Bear Brown, and I've got the white with a bit of Tylo powder mixed in, because it is very hot today.
Any particular white one that you're using?
No, just you can use any white one. So to be fair, if you've got if it's a hot day, Massa Tocino,
Yeah.
Saracino, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
And we've also got the sugar paste, that's a good one. Or Renshaw Extra, because Extra has a bit more, it's a firmer finish, that one.
And
So,
Select Iron Platinum is actually a really good one as well.
Ah,
Have you not tried that Platinum?
I haven't yet, no. So we just chop the ends off, and then to make the circle, you're just going to fold it together. And
That's easy,
again,
isn't
it's
it?
that hot today, it's going to stick to itself, no doubt. So yeah, that's right. So you don't even have to blend the seam too much, because it's going to hide it. So it's up to you how big or small, thin or thick you want to do them. If you want to make them thinner, just keep rolling, and that will help. And if you want a perfect circle, just find something to wrap round it. You can use a dusting pot or something and just wrap round the pot, and that gives you a perfect circle. So you want to make these ahead of time, because if it sets a bit harder, it just makes your job a bit easier when you come to applying it. So there you go. You can even make these funny shapes if you wanted to. Right, so that's a few of them for show.
You've already made some.
I have Blue Peter style. Here's some I made earlier.
Bigger ones.
So bigger ones, yeah. So I've made a few. I've let them dry, and then I've just dusted them with the Fay Cahill Gold.
Just a quick one. Any tips on rolling the sausage?
It's just it's more about the pressure, how much you put on when you're rolling, but it's pretty simple. You're going to use sausage and kind of, it's quite tacky anyway, your sugar paste, so when you're rolling, you're just kind of feeling as you go along, and your hand and the smoother is kind of separating, they're going further and further apart. And as you do that, you'll notice that it's going to go a bit longer, a bit skinnier, and just keep working it. So keep going back and rolling it like that. and at one point you'll get to a point where there's going to be the same area where it's the same thickness, so just work with that bit. Okay, so just keep going over it until you get it. But again, it's a little bit of practice, but you'll get it once you do, you've got it. So this is the Faye Cahill Gold, Cahill, the gold dust. She also does a really nice champagne, I'll open it now, champagne one, and I love this colour. So that's a lighter colour. So we have an overhead here, you can see the colours difference. Now, you can do two methods to colour these. You can either use them straight and just dust them on, and then spritz them with a bit of cake edible glaze, and that just sets the colour. Or you can dip it in dipping solution, which Carol's got in stock as well. So you can dip it in, and I think it's more vivid when you dip it in the dipping solution and paint it on. So you can do either method. And again, once they're dry, you'll be able to pick them up, and they're not going to transfer the colour.
Just to let you know, the pink boards, which you all love, are back in stock on Friday. Friday, they're actually due to be delivered Friday or Monday, but I'll put them back in stock on Friday.
So I'm going to show you how to do things like the keychains. Now, obviously this one's a mould. If you don't have a mould, you can just make one up, or you can find something in your kit that resembles something cute for your handbag if it reflects what you're doing. So I have to be careful not to cut Carol's mat, so I keep remembering to use it on my board. Right, so I'm just going to roll a nice flat.
I think that makes everybody nervous.
Oh no, but you forget when it's your own kitchen, you just kind of think, well, it's mine and I'll just use it, but I'm a lot more careful when it's someone else's.
One, you would love it and cherish it.
Right, so this one, I've just rolled it quite thin, as you can see there. Yeah, that's a nice thickness there. That's actually going to be this thing here. So if you want, you can use a template. This grid thing's really good, so you can always just use that as a ruler. And I'm just going to cut around like so.
Yes, that is a teddy bear, you see. What Gerry
It is a teddy bear.
She's going to show you afterwards. She's going to show you just to use any sort of cutter that's pretty.
Yeah. So that is that's just the main shape. Now, the centre bit, you can cut it straight away if you wanted to, but I like to leave it to firm up a little bit first, and I'll use a scalpel to go into the centre. And then I'm just going to roll two little balls, one on either side. Stab it down.
It's just so easy when you know, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's really quick. It's little tips that help. Try and get them the same size as well. So just pat them down, and then just pop a line using a knife, and that just looks like a screw. Okay, so that is more or less it. So what I would do is, I say, you can, if you want to cut the middle, you can do. So we draw a little rectangle out of there. So when it's a bit firmer, it helps. It's not as wiggly. But just for tonight, we'll go quick.
Hi Eileen, I'll ask Gerry to put the cake recipe up tomorrow for you.
Okay.
So this is quite a big class, this one.
Yeah.
So she wants me to shut up and not say much.
In the nicest possible way.
Yeah.
Is it a class?
Hey? I keep calling it a class.
I know, because I keep calling it a class. I'm so sorry.
Facebook
I'm so sorry.
Live.
It's a demo, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just showing you the know-how. Right, so that's more or less it. So I'm going to pop it onto some kitchen roll just to stop the mess from getting everywhere. Is that our oven? Right. So this is the Faye Cahill Gold, and I've put dipping solution.
Cahill, you know.
Is it Cahill? So I get it wrong. I'm so sorry.
You're not. Everybody says Cahill, but I spoke to the guy from Australia when he was here at International, and he said I got it right. It is pronounced Cahill.
I think I actually started saying it right.
Considering I never get anything right, I was so chuffed.
I know. I think I started off saying it the right way, and then over time it just kind of evolved. Yeah. Right, that's annoying me. Let me just go in and turn that oven off, and I'll come back.
Claire was here today, and she kept saying Cahill as well. But
her stuff's really good though, so you know if you want to
do some stuff.
Yeah, that's good. So, just gonna pop this in. It is a little bit hot because it's just been in the oven, but asbestos hands, you know, we're used to it. Right, so quickly, I'll just show you how to do the bear. Now you can use any cutter you want. This is actually from a sushi kit, which I never used for sushi, so we just kept it there. So again, just roll it out, stamp it. If you've got any kind of cute, it's just basically going to be a little keychain. So if you ever want to use anything that is appropriate for that cake project, then just go ahead and find something from your cupboard. I'm going to stamp it. Now, because it's a keychain, I've just made little holes in the ears.
A little teddy mould, we don't sell it. It's just a little mould that she's picked up just for the keychain. So basically what she's saying is you can pick up anything you want. We all have, you see people with stuff on their handbags with just little things, so just anything that you
It could be like, you know, if they're a football fan, you could have a LFC logo, or, you know, you could make your own logo. You can do like a sweet, something sweet, a little cupcake, and just a little something to add detail to the cake. And it just gives them that personal touch.
Just let me tell someone to get rid of the subtitles. Pelvi, to get rid of the subtitles, go to the top of the page, there's 3 dots. Press the 3 dots and you can turn off subtitles, or turn the volume up. If your volume is down, you'll get subtitles.
Okay, so I've just quickly dusted over. So this one, as I say, I've mixed it with dipping solution and then washed it over the top. You don't have to, you can go straight with dust. It's completely up to you, okay? So they're going to stay, and I'm going to leave those to dry out for a little bit so that it's easy to put on my cake. We're going to now go back to the cake lace. And how are we doing for time?
You're doing very well for time.
I feel like I'm on a roll.
So.
Yeah, right. So I'm going to pop those at the front. Now, so this has been in for 11 minutes.
Put a red hot mat on my pink board.
No, well, do you know what? It's because it's silicone. They actually cool down super quick. So you'd be surprised.
They're just saying they gas.
80 degrees, haven't they?
Yeah, if I can hold it, it's not burnt my hands. It's going to be fine. So right, that is dry, as you can see. If I flick the corners, they do peel a little bit, which is perfect. So because of today's weather, well now because it's fresh out of the oven, that actually can be going straight onto the cake. However, if it is super humid and you want it to be a stronger lace, you're going to take the silver or a different pearlized colour, it's up to you, and you're going to sweep over the top again, clean it off, and then put it in the oven for 5 more minutes, probably even less, it might even be 3 or 4 minutes, just to give it a second coat, and that will make it stronger for you. So if you're not using it after you've baked it, put them in between greaseproof paper. If it's solely pearlized colours, you can put them in plastic wallets and you can keep them for months on end. So there are some things that you can do ahead of time. So that is ready to go. I'm just going to keep this in the mat whilst, just to keep it safe. So, and then we're going to actually go on to decorating the cake right now. So that's it, we're really ready to go. So let me just turn off the oven. If Carol can get me the cake out of the fridge.
But Gerry's run off down there. I can't move.
It's the big one.
I can't move.
Let me go and wash my hands.
Have you got to roll out the sugar paste yet, though?
Yeah, but 6 seconds. And quick.
Roll it out on my lovely pink board and show
Am I
them
allowed
how
to?
well. Yeah, that's what it's for.
I have to clean my board first. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, that's what it's for. And then you need to dry it now because you made it wet.
Yes.
No, I don't want your sugar paste to stick to it.
No.
Because you don't need to put any corn flour on it, you see.
It is a lovely texture. You can feel the difference on this already.
It's like
yeah.
It's
almost
paste,
rubbery, but not like a hard rubber. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Might have to see. Actually, this is one thing. Right? I go onto that community site, and you lovely ladies have got husbands who are like getting the hint and they're buying things from you, and I keep dropping hints and I'm getting nothing. So I'm doing something wrong.
I'm sure these lovely ladies hope their husband's out.
Well, do you know, as I mentioned to you earlier today, there's a couple of new friends here from a different food group, and one of the ladies said she got her husband to use an electric whisk to whisk something for 10 minutes, and he got so fed up with it, the next day he bought her a KitchenAid mixer and said, have that, and leave me alone. It worked, honestly. Right, so we're going to use the black sugar paste today. As I say, the worst day to use black, but if I can do it and it works, it's telling you that this is a good one to do. We're going to use masa. So we've got masa because it's a bit firmer to work with. There are a few different ones on the market. It's up to you which one you prefer to go.
I can't believe they came in much of my variety.
So give it a bit of a knead.
Eh?
No, so give it a bit of a knead.
You can name it. It's Rice Krispie treats or cornflake treats. What is it? Cornflake treats.
Right, there we go. So I'm just going to roll it with a large rolling pin. This one is a bit longer than what you can buy on the market now, but this is a 6-year-old rolling pin, and I have no idea where I got it from.
I've got one of those.
Have you?
Yeah, but you're right. I got it from a long time ago.
Yeah, they don't make them
The
this
only
long.
ones I can get now is the 20-inch ones.
And they're good enough, to be fair. I mean, if you can see how I'm rolling, I'm kind of sticking to the middle. And I do roll a bit. I roll my icing weird as well. I put pressure on it. Oh yeah, no, I think it's the same. Is it? No, same. Oh my goodness, we've got the same one. That's a first. No one's ever got it. Right. So actually, can you see here? It isn't sticking to the board. Actually, it's really good. I probably put a teeny bit of corn flour on just because it's black, and the black it's very humid in this room today. We've got the fan on, we've got the windows and doors open.
It's still not sticking to the board.
It's not, no, it's sticking to my rolling pin, not to the board.
Does it stain your hands or
No,
anything?
do you know what? The massa is quite good. Massa doesn't seem to
It
stick.
says with black hands.
But I think that's actually part of the lace as well. But some of them are worse than others, aren't they? You come back with very black hands. So, as to say, it's not sticking to the board, but it's sticking to that rolling pin, so I'm just going to dot a little bit of black on there, just to help. Nothing worse than you're rolling icing and it's then lovely and flat and then it sticks to the rolling pin and you got to start again.
Yeah, I can't do that about the rolling pin, but the pink board it won't stick to.
Right. So that's pretty good.
Do you not get rolling pins made out of the same
I
material?
know, I'm going to ring him and say, can you do that with the same material?
There we go.
In pink, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what you want to do
pink rolling pins
is you want to roll it so that it's about the same length of the cake, so that when I just drape it over the top, it's going to be a straightforward cover. There we go. So moment of truth. Right.
I know one of you says the feed's frozen. It's not frozen this side. It's absolutely fine.
Right, let's go for it.
No, YouTube's okay as well.
Okay. Where's my smoothing tool gone? Oh, there. Again, she's giving me too much space in the kitchen and I'm just throwing things all willy-nilly everywhere. Right, so start with the top, smooth the top, and then just brush down, okay? This is really easy. And you can all do this. And then when you get to the bottom, just kind of squish it down at the bottom like that, okay? And I'm just going to do the same on this side. And all you're doing is you're pushing it down because you want to push out any air bubbles. And then grab a knife. And I'm just going to trim off the sides completely. Actually, this bit's quite long here. I can fold this.
Angela, the icing is Massa Tessino and we sell it in black on the website. So black's been very difficult to get hold of recently. Massa's been out of stock of black. Renshaw has.
Yes.
Sugar Based Direct's been out of stock of black. It's like no one's got black in, is it? I think we've got some black in.
Actually, that's true because I tried to place an order today and I couldn't get it. Yeah.
No. I don't know if we've got any in stock if anybody wants to have a look. But I know I've been trying to get hold of black for ages.
What I will say is, you know, in summer, if you're going to use black, make sure you use a better quality one. Don't go for the supermarket ones. They will cause you grief. You're going to be sat there at home,
Crying.
10 o'clock at night crying, because it's not worth.
In grams, how much is it?
What's that? To cover this?
Yeah, the fondant you use.
I'd say about a kilo. Start off with a kilo, because you're going to I've got a lot to trim off as well. So a kilo, and because the massa's quite stretchy as well, you'll be able to easily stretch this out. So just again, for time purposes, because I'm trying to rush this through, I'm making sure that you know, we can get a cake finished in time. I'm just doing it a little bit thicker than I would, but you can take your time. You can definitely roll it out and get easily a third more than you would from a different sugar paste. Right, so that's cool. Let me turn this round. Now can you see there? So all I've done is I've covered it over, and then on the side I've just kind of pushed it down this way here, and anything that's excess I've just trimmed off with the knife and tied it up. Don't worry if you can see any cracks and stuff like that, because those will get covered when we put the side bits, the side panels on. So this is purely just to cover the cake. Alright, that's it, nice and quick. So hope you're liking it so far. If I am rushing you, just let Carol know and I will slow down a tiny bit. But I do work fast, so...
Debbie Hargreaves, she says she's saving up by adding a £10 gift voucher to every order. If you're going to buy £10 gift vouchers and save them, that's great. But before you cash them in, call the office and give our office all the codes in one go. so that you can use them, because our website only takes one voucher at a time,
Right.
and then we'll give you a new code for a multi-voucher.
Right, I'm just going to use the a dough. You can either use a bench scraper or what's this called? A dough cutting thing. Right, let me go wash it first, because this is something I need just to tidy up the bottom of this cake.
Smart Flex is in stock. That's brilliant. Have you used Smart Flex?
Yes, I love
brilliant,
Smart
isn't
Flex.
it? Yeah. Just so you know, you make it look so easy peasy.
For now.
Yeah, so the vouchers, if you're going to buy them and save them, which is a good idea, because £10, you just put it on your order.
Yeah.
But don't leave it till Christmas and then try and cash them all in at one go. Just ring the office and speak to the office, give them every voucher number you've got, and they'll give you one big voucher to use.
Right.
And everyone is loving your live, Gerry. They're very pleased. They're very pleased that you're doing this for
I'm
them.
glad you're liking it. I say, if you want, well, when we get the other handbag class launched,
And Abida
it'll
says,
be
why
a
does it look
nice
so
little
easy
thing.
when you're doing it?
6 years of
Do you know what I
doing
think
it
is? I think
daily.
You're relaxed.
I am. Do you know what? I actually really enjoy. The lives are not as scary as I thought they would be when I first started.
Just decorating a cake, you're pretty
And
relaxed. I think we all
So good, too.
spend a lot of time worrying and stressing about it. We should.
Oh, trust me, this week I've had my moments. But you have to kind of put your head back on and then just get back into the game. If you feel like you're off, just go and have a cup of tea and come back to it. You'll spot things that you didn't before, and it helps.
Well, Jackie Sizer said it would have taken her 5 hours to get to this stage.
Oh,
And Susan
not
Gardner says Gerry is a whiz and she loves your pace and clear advice.
Thank you. Okay, so we've covered it all here. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do this front panel here. So this is the best bit, is that you don't have to do it all in one go. We're going to do it in sections, which makes it a bit easier. So as your cake's been in the fridge, it's already quite cool. Actually, you don't need that much. I need half of this. So you can cut lace with scissors. Yes, because your cake's been in the fridge, when you've iced it, that actually will go a little bit tacky from the transition in the different temperatures. So bear that in mind, because if you are a bit slow, you need to factor in the time for this little bit here, just so that you're not going to end up working with a sticky cake. It does disappear after a while. When it comes to room temperature, that goes away. So I'm just going to lay this over the top like so, and then I'm just going to use my smoother.
So don't forget to like and share, everybody. I'm sorry I didn't do the vouchers on Friday. I had an important meeting with the hairdresser and forgot. But I'll double up this Friday. So please like and share.
You can use a knife as well to trim if the scissors are a bit tricky to get. Turn this way. You warm, Carol?
Yeah, I'm just having a
It's
hot
very
moment.
warm, isn't it?
God.
I'm glad you've got the doors open.
I know.
Right, so just trim that off. As you can see, it's quite easy to trim this stuff, and these are quite neat to finish. So there we are.
Michelle Ward said, please tell me the castle will be a slower pace. Yeah, you have all day.
Yeah, any class that I do with you, it's at your pace. It's not at my pace. But as I say, we do work you hard, but it's a lot more enjoyable. You get your little breaks in between. We go through things in detail as well. Yeah, you can have a spot of lunch. But we go through things in more detail, so you don't miss out on anything along the way. And of course, you can always rewatch it. So again, I'm just going to trim off this side. So you can use scissors or a knife to cut your lace, and it comes off quite clean.
I know, I need to bin.
As you've noticed, I've not used any water because it's the cold from the cake is actually helping it to stick. So there you have it. That's the first layer. So you could be front or back, it doesn't matter. You can do it on the same side here. So I'm gonna, this bit's left over, so I might as well use it on this side. I'm not wasting anything. Straight on. There we go. So now if you've got any imperfections, you just work with it. So that side was perfect. This side has got a little bit of break here, so this is going to be the front of my cake. And I'll show you why in a minute. So again, just trim. I hope the cake gods have been with everyone this week with this extreme weather. But right at this moment, please be with me and hope that I get through this live. It's extremely hot. I think I did this last year as well. I came around the same time last year and it was a really, really warm day.
It's frigging boiling today, isn't it? It says we're going to have a thunderstorm, but I don't know when.
Well, about 2 o'clock this afternoon, there was thunderstorms in Liverpool. Very briefly, but I definitely heard it. There we go. So there's the front of our cake. And then we're going to tackle the sides, okay? So you've got 2 sides. And again, with the sides, you only need to go about halfway at this point. So utilise the lace. You don't want to just waste it. You're going to cut it to shape and cut it to size. That's out of the way, don't need that. So this is the one that's just come out of the oven. Let's flip that and take that out. So again, you're best off flipping your mat because if you flip it, it just makes it a bit easier to see what you're doing. Use your knife to help tease it out, but don't pull it too quickly because if you pull it too quick, you're going to end up ripping it. So this is purely just the black lace on its own. Saw me do it here. So it took 10 to 12 minutes in the oven, and it is nice and flexible.
Debbie agrees. Is that a little break or is it a break for a wee?
Well, if you ever work with me in my studio, there's no such thing as a break. I have literally worked through.
I had an embarrassing moment today. I went down to the new warehouse and they've taken the door off the toilet, but I really needed a wee. You know when you think you're going to go for a quick wee? And it just went on forever, and I'm thinking, oh my god, the lads are going to walk in, the doorbell's going to go.
Look at this. Can you see that? It's lovely, it's flexible, pretty strong. See? Yeah.
You can fold it together.
You can do that. So if you wanted to add like a bit of extra detail, fishing wire or something, you can do that. And just lay it out flat. So when you are storing it, please lay it flat, put it on some greaseproof paper. So remember, a recap, the black is a little bit more sticky than the other colours. So you do want to put them on greaseproof paper. If they're not coming off the paper and they're stuck, you want to put them in the oven for about 2 or 3 minutes to dry it out and then try again. And go slow, just tease it out, okay? Says me, the lady who goes fast, go slow, go slow. So this one, because it's so nice, I'm actually going to use this for the front flap of the handbag. I'm going to lay it there. And as I say, this will be the front. And I'm just going to roll out some more sugar paste. So you're going to eyeball it. If you can use templates if you want, and just we're going to make it, how long is that? So the widest point is about 9 inches. And then if I'm going to go up, so it's 4, 2, and about 4 to 2, about 10 inches long. But that's just a guess, so you don't have to be that accurate. Very quiet, Carol.
Because you told me to shut up.
I know, but that's the first time in how many times I've been here that you've actually been really quiet.
That's because you're getting
It's too quiet now. I like having your conversations in the midst and just telling me what's going on. Because that's the thing with lives, isn't it? You don't know what's going on.
How do we store the lace apart from the black?
Okay, so if it is, if you've not used it and it's still in your tub, leave it in your cupboard. Don't put it in the fridge. If it's made in its liquid form, again, store it in the cupboard. And if it's dried and like this, where you're ready to use it but not today, just put it in between some greaseproof paper or in plastic wallets. Yeah.
Because you put all yours in plastic wallets.
I do, yeah, because the metallic ones, especially the pearlized ones, don't stick, so they can just peel right off like this. Okay. So put them in between. I use a big A3 portfolio wallet from W.H. Smith's. And it stores them in perfectly. If you wanted to, you could even put the whole mat in, but you know, it's a bit fiddly, but you don't have to. Right, so I've just realised.
Geraldine's got it spot on. I'm mesmerised watching you.
So
I think it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Right, what am I doing? Sidetracked. Right, so
the good thing is you remember that blue board. That was very important.
It's very, very important. I will never think. Honestly, of all people, yours is the house I respect the most, because she opens a house up for you guys to have these live sessions. It comes out of her time, and she's got to clean up after us after we go home, so I can't appreciate you anymore.
I do look after all our guests that come
though.
I do look after one. You're easy, I don't have to feed you. I totally feed everybody else.
Right, so I'm just guessing at this point how wide I need it.
We do
But
sell,
you can use templates.
Yeah, sorry, we do sell all the cake lace. If you anything you want to buy tonight, Gerry's, we sell everything apart from the little teddy that she got out.
Yeah.
So everything is on our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, and if you go to brands, you'll be able to look for cake lace. You'll be able to look for Massa Ticino. You'll be able to look for Faye Cahill. We've got brushes, everything that you want.
So I'm just checking that it actually is the right width.
Pink
and it
boards
looks
are
good.
out of stock till next week. Sorry, Gerry.
No, that's good, that's good. Right, I'm going to flip this so that it comes off the
And
board.
classes, they're on the website, and Gerry is doing this wonderful castle cake, which I think nearly everyone signed up for. There's so many people who said that they've signed up for it. They're very excited.
Just flip this because it's a bit more tacky on this side, which makes it better for the lace. So I'm going to bring my lace over this time, and I'm just going to pat it down with the smoother, like so. So this makes it easier for these loose items so that you've got a nice clean pattern on there. And if you press it in, it just sticks to the sugar paste. And again, trim. So you can use scissors or you can use the knife, it's up to you. It's going to go quick.
That's lovely. Leslie Daly says, thank you, lovely ladies. Sugar and Crumbs have definitely made the last few months manageable, and I've literally learned so much. And we're the only cake decorating company that's provided lives all the way through this whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
And we even took off like talking about sales, didn't mention the website, just got on and did baking and all sorts of things. And the classes, bringing the classes together for everybody is, I feel as though we've got communities in the classes. And when you get your first group going, you'll see the community in that class, and they're great.
And don't forget, anything that's in a class, I'm always there. So if you have questions after the class, or if you're doing it another time and you want to ask a question, just pop it inside that in the comments, and we'll get that to you. So I'm just tidying this up because this is the outside of the cake. So anything like this, rather than take my time and cutting it, I'm just folding it over. Because you know, your lace is flexible, it's pretty strong, you can keep it and just, you won't see it, so that's fine. And I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit, just by neatening these sides. Right, and then that's ready now. So that, yeah, it's a bit tacky. So let's put it to the front so you can see it. I am literally just going to slop this on the top. So what I want to do is just cover any lace that you can see any blemishes, like this. Yeah, that's good. If it's, you want a longer piece of, if you want this to go right over to the back, because most handbags, like this one here, you can see on this one, if you see on the back, it goes about a third of the way to the back. Yeah. So just because I haven't got enough sugar paste here, I've kept it to the top, but it does the same effect. It's up to you when you start making your own cakes, okay? So again, I'm just going to trim. So I'm going to use a knife for this one.
Oh dear. Andrea Lucas says, I absolutely love the lives. Unfortunately, you've cost me a fortune because she has to buy everything. Oh, thank you, Andrea.
Some of the things are an investment though, because if you do this, you know, more regularly, or if your friends see you making one and then they start asking for one, then you're making the most out of what you do have. And a lot of things that I use, I'm using it over and over again, and I'm making sure I use it just to maximise my investment.
Can I just answer a question? Julie Musgrave, you're always best off buying black sugar paste. It's very difficult to make your own black sugar paste. Yeah. And if you can't get black sugar paste, which seems to be the most hardest thing to get at the moment, and I have struggled like hell to get it, use an airbrush. Spray it black. Yeah. Don't try colouring it. You'll go through gels and gels.
And it doesn't leave it. It's not a solid black either. If you just use sugar paste, gel colours, they kind of go a bit purpley, a bit blue. And you don't want that. It doesn't develop till the next day. So Carol's right. Airbrushing is a really good way to do it.
It's an easy way. It's done so quickly, and it saves a load of money. Zoe Lund says she just signed up for your castle class. She's made one before, but now she wants to learn how she should have done it.
Oh, yeah. Well, do you know, as I say, because I do this on a daily basis for customers, I'm going to show you how to do it the quickest way possible, because no one wants to spend 20 days on a cake, you know, and sleepless nights. You made a comment
last week, when you're making cakes, you're making them to sell.
Yeah.
And it's about earning money and making yourself profitable, but also giving them a great looking cake.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of you are just starting off, you know, you're not going to be charging that much for them. So make the use of hacks that I'm going to show you and that in turn will make you a bit better, a bit faster, and then gradually you'll be able to charge a bit more and be more confident. Okay, so just tidy that up there, and then we're going to work on the sides now. So here,
Gina Lee says it's looking like a Gucci handbag now.
Ah, it's nice though, yeah. I have to say I haven't got a Gucci handbag, so this will have to do. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to cover the sides. So again, if I just pan you out there, Simon, and we look at the other cake that we've already made a right mess. Right, yeah, so this bit here is the next bit that we're going to make now. And it's super, super easy. So we're going to take some lace first, and we're going to cover this part. So again, I'm just going to grab some of this. It's there, we might as well use it. So far I've used 1 and a bit mats. And just check which side. There are 2 sides to this lace mat. The shiny side is the back, and then the matte side is a little bit more raised, and that's the way it should be facing up, okay? So again, just going to pop it on there, pat it down, and just use my smoother. And then any bits that run over the sides, just trim them off with a knife. And I'm actually working back into the seam from the cake panel there.
Julie says, thank you, Carol. I thought I was doing something wrong. No, not at all, Julie. Just don't, to be fair, I would never try and colour anything a really dark colour.
No.
Airbrush all the way.
Yeah. And some people, you know, some of the products have already got it right, so just use what they've done the hard work for you, so use those rather than give yourself the grief.
Yeah.
I haven't got time to make my own sugar-based colours.
I think not only that, you'll have no energy to make your cake.
Exactly, yeah.
Mix it all in.
Right, let's flip this back this way and then you can see.
Our Marcia Law says she's just realised she hasn't been very vocal tonight because she's mesmerised with this fabulous live.
I hope it's as good as last week's one, so I hope I'm not disappointing anybody.
So Ashley Merithu says, why use the shiny side on the back?
It's just that when it comes out the mat, that is the back of the cake. You can use the other side if you want. The shiny side is a bit flatter. There's nothing to say that you can't. It's just that, you know, when you pop them out, it's more so for other patterns on the lace mat. So some of them have got like an embroidery effect. You will notice that that pops out.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason. Yeah.
So you can feel all that ridge there. Like
yeah. That texture comes through. Oh, I should have brought my snake with me. So this mat is actually really good because you can use it like I'm doing now, or you can use it as a template to stencil and airbrush the pattern onto reptile cakes like snakes. Maybe next time I come. Or if you're doing the class, I might give you a sneaky peek.
We intend to get Gerry in the kitchen quite often. Don't worry, guys. So we're going to get her to do as many classes as we can. We'll try and get her to do as many lives as she can as well.
Right, that looks nice and tidy, doesn't it? So, yeah, that looks good. So now we've got this bit here. We're going to work on those big pockets that gives it that the flowing effect. I don't actually know what to call that. When you want a cake to look more alive and more like a realistic cake, you want to look. What I want to give the effect of is that you've just plonked the cake on the table and it's that shape it's just created. So giving it a bit of movement really helps. So with 2 pockets.
That's nice. Anne says the live goes so quick when you're watching. John's trying to make me shorten them to an hour.
Goes quick for me too.
He keeps going. You need to make them an hour. They're boring 2 hours.
For him?
Yeah, that's what I say for you. I don't say, can you put football on for half an hour?
Can't do a half time either, can we? You know, you lose momentum if you do a break in the middle. Right, so there's my pocket. Again, put it on your mat so you can cut it out. So with the sides, you want them a little bit wider than the actual width of your cake, because when you come to giving it that movement, it fills a pocket of air, so to speak.
Geraldine Allen said no. Oh, Julie Thomas goes no. Geraldine Allen said, don't be silly, John. Debbie Hargreaves, no. Getting tall, Carol. I've told him loads of times, he doesn't believe me.
I love it when I do something and it just fits perfectly. There's like that tiny bit that's not got an overhang. It's perfect. So just trim. So I can trim that. So as I say, anything that looks a bit messy. Am I in the right frame? Yeah. I've not even looked up. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm enthralled with my own life tonight.
You're on speed tonight.
it's weird because, like I say, if I make cakes like this, I do tend to just go with it and go full steam ahead because some of the things you want to still work with when they're still soft. When they dry out too much, you'll find them a bit harder to work with. So, but I will take it easier on you in the class.
Well, John's been outvoted, and Carol Haywood said, "We love all your guests, Carol." 1 hour is your John having a 1 hour is your John having a laugh.
Can you see
there
that lovely pattern that comes through?
It's fabulous.
Yeah, it's a really nice pattern, and I say it's the feel of it. It really feels like a handbag. So now, whoops, let's bring that this way. So this is where I'm gonna just stick this on. Now, if you find it's not sticking, just use a tiny bit of water, but you really don't need too much. Now I start at the bottom. And you know the sugar paste will stretch, so you work with the sugar paste. Don't let that control you. I'm going to secure it on one side first. Just give it a tap, and then I'm going to secure the other side, nice and easy. And can you see it's created this little pocket already? And you can then do what you want with the pocket. You can manipulate it. You can push some a brush.
You're getting some amazing feedback here. How mesmerised they are. Leanne Reid said she was supposed to be having an early night snack, but she just can't stop watching. It's so amazing. They're saying they'd rather watch football than they'd rather watch this than have to watch football. Reduce the football to a shorter time. I do say this to John, but he does say, doesn't he wants us to do shorter lives.
I think it's also to look after you as well, though. You know, you're very busy.
Listen, we're not going to be shortening the lives. John's been asking me to shorten the lives for the 4 years we've been doing them.
I'm telling you, I'm working pretty hard to get this finished in 2 hours, so please don't reduce the time. I'll never get anything done. Right, let me just grab some more sugar paste.
If you get water, glue or a corn flour mark on your black sugar paste, how can you remove it, says Julie Thomas.
Okay, so if you have some edible glaze, that's your best bet. Plus with handbag cakes, you want a nice shiny finish, so edible glaze is your best friend. Or you can steam it. So if you want to if you've got a steamer or the kettle, just a quick whiz of steam over it, not too long, and that gets rid of any corn flour marks too. So I'm just going to roll this one.
Nick Tynes here, he loves winding up some of the ladies. Geraldine's brother, and he's saying to Geraldine, "You're very quiet, Geraldine."
Whenever you say Geraldine, I keep thinking you're talking about me, but then I don't associate that with my name anymore. I've been called Gerry. That is, yeah, I'm Geraldine, yeah.
Oh,
but I've been called Gerry for many years. I don't think I've been called Geraldine since I was maybe 12, 13. Right. Yeah. So Mum just chose a name that was a bit old-fashioned. I don't know. I'm growing to like it more that I'm older, I have to say, but beforehand.
Vanessa, when John used to have to do the live, she said, I think it was more when John had to do the camera. When John had to do the cameras, yeah, he used to really whinge about how long they were.
Piece, yeah.
But he still moans now.
There we go, that's the next panel. So as you can see, actually, I think we're doing quite well with time. And I've got a lot more
Can I ask you a question? What size and amount of cakes did you use?
So it was, should have wrote this down, shouldn't I? So the cake started off as, wrong way around. It's a 9-inch by a 6-inch it was. Yeah, and it was, each tier was about 1.5 inches.
Yeah, and there's 4 layers.
Yeah, there's 4 layers. So that with the buttercream and your jam in between just gives it a little bit more height. So just factor that in. There you go. That's the last panel that we're about to put on now, and then we can start doing the other bits.
Geraldine Allen says, are you Geraldine too? She hadn't realised. People don't call her, to be honest, Geraldine. She's known as Gel.
Gel. I get a few different names. I've got Jelly, I've got Jelly Bean, Jez. Or the neighbour calls me Jed. I think they just gave me they just assumed I was called Jed and it stuck. And I'm not going to correct her, but at the end of the day, it's what she thinks I am. I'm cool with that, it's fine. Call me what you like.
That was nice. Elizabeth says, please tell John we love him for all he does for S&C, but he could cause a riot if he mentions reducing the lives. I'm going to get him to read these comments afterwards. Yeah. Because he was only on about it again today.
There you go. There's our next one. So.
Eh? Ooh. I don't know, he's just got being his bonnet about it. He says that we do too much. He says I should come on and do one demo of one thing. Dink, donk, bosh, done.
Right. then people, I don't know.
No, but like when
But
we
you
did
like
the
to give
live
more
on
though,
Thur-
don't you?
Yeah, when we did the live on Thursday,
Yeah.
you know, we did the cup and saucer, but I had Karen in to do the macarons as a backup in case the cup and saucer was a failure. But then we're doing the cup and saucer, we're doing the macarons, I thought I'd show them how to make the little roses.
Yeah.
So, you know, went on a bit.
But that's my problem too, isn't it? I end up overrunning with extra things for free because I'm just so nice. But then I'm never going to be short of stuff to show you, that's for sure.
No.
So, you know, if you want me back, I'll always keep showing you new stuff.
But we have a lovely lady called Lynn Woodward, who I invite down on Fridays to sit here in the kitchen.
Oh.
For some reason, I have decided to call Lynn Mary.
Oh,
I have
it's all
no
coming
idea
out
why.
now.
We've got a young lad who started at work for us called Alfie. And
Yeah.
do I call him Ashley all day long?
Oh,
He's only been with us a week, but he's been called Ashley every single day. So we've got a Mary and an Ashley who have nothing to do with the company. Remember, it's a Lynn and a.
bad enough when I call my kids the wrong names. I call my youngest one the dog's name. That's really bad, isn't it? Just get into the habit. Right, so remember how we did the chain, the little circles earlier? We're just rolling out this long sausage again, and that's going to be the beading around the side of my cake. So, turn around so you can see. Start on one side at the bottom, probably
They're
easier.
loving those side pockets.
Yeah,
You know, it makes the bag realistic that you've gone into that extra work.
Yeah. Right, so I'm just going to attach it to one side, and then I'm going to follow the lines that I've made from the cake panel.
See that anywhere.
Doesn't help with the black, does it? So when I put the panels on, they're in, obviously you'll be able to see the lines from where they've attached to each bit. It's almost like a natural seam, like a real handbag. So I'm following those lines now with this black. And again, to this point, because it's so humid in here today, I have not used any water. We were good to go. So I'm just going to do this side. I have done a few lives where I've made animals and stuff in the time given. But sometimes, you know, you just think, what if today I'm not going to make it through the full live? And I wouldn't want to disappoint, as I say, that the finished outcome's really nice, so you want to make sure you
But
get...
there you go, you converted Michelle Hoyle. She said, I'm going straight on the website after this to get some lace. I don't feel scared of them now,
Yeah,
thank you.
you should try it.
Michelle, if any of you are scared of lace, honestly, Gerry's done so many lives in the
That's a
Sugar
better
and
picture.
Crumbs Kitchen.
Yeah.
Go and watch them because seriously, it does work.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you know, there's I do a lot of tips and techniques are on videos. You can see how they're done, and if you're really stuck, just give me a message. I'm always going to answer any questions that you have. A few ladies have already done that. They've asked me, you know, about specific colours of lace or a specific mat, because they are different textures on the mats, different thicknesses of the mats, and it does make a little bit of difference. As long as you have the know-how, you'll be able to work your way through it really easily, and then you'll not know what the fuss was all about, so you just get on with it.
There's a good one. Kathy Eaton, maybe John misses having time with you.
Oh,
Got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
So let's put that in there.
Nikki King says no matter what she does, she can't get a super long piping edge like you.
You mean the sausage?
The sausage, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, when we do any classes, especially the handbag, because we've got beading like this, I will show you a bit more slowly, and hopefully we can do it a few times in the classes, and then that way you can find it a bit easier to do.
Deborah, the reason it's sticking tonight without glue is because of how humid it is in here today.
Super humid.
So that's why we don't need any glue. It's actually it's not sticky, but it's a bit tacky.
Tacky, yeah. But it's actually perfect for the lace right now because, you know, too much water and the lace disintegrates and you get like a mush. So I don't want too much water anyway. But yeah, it's working so far.
You can buy an extruder. I don't like extruders personally, but you can buy one. I find them a bit of a faff.
Yeah.
And I've got a brand new one in a packet there that I should get rid of. But do be careful when you're buying them. There's proper ones and there's really bad proper ones. And don't just go by a price because you can end up spending a lot of money just for a profit because they have you over.
I mean, I have one, but if I'm just doing this single bit of
well, I've had mine
sausage
for 6 years and never used it.
Yeah, I'm going to put a bit of water on
It's
this.
in the packet.
Right. I'm just going to squirt a bit of water here. Get a nice clean brush. Yeah. So just because it's a very clean brush, it's got gold on it. It's fine. Right.
on my pink board.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to wipe that off. Don't worry. I will get that off.
See, she's
No, I can't
forgetting
do that.
herself now, isn't she? Look
No.
at that. Just chuck it
Just
on
trying
the
to, I'm
board.
trying to rush through.
No,
Right, there
don't
we go.
worry.
Don't worry about
Listen,
it.
if we go
yeah,
over
yeah.
time, they love it. Do not worry. They'll be here.
Don't worry
watching
about
till the end,
me.
they want
I'll
to
be
see
fine.
it. The fact that you've put a cake together in under 2 hours, because we've got to think about chat time. It's still not past 9 yet, Jerry.
Oh, that's all right. I think we can manage.
And they're already saying how amazing it looks already.
So, with this part of the cake, obviously the last bit of the beading you want to put on.
We've got half an hour before John boots us out, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've not seen John today because he's been so busy. That's my cue, isn't it? When I see John coming, I'm like, okay, time's ticking.
He's still here.
Yeah, basically.
That's what he does.
Last week he was giving me directions on how to get home quickly so that I'd get out of the house. But I appreciate it because it really did help me get home quicker. There we are. So that's gone through there. Just take a little bit of time on this bit just so that it's nice and neat. I do have standards. There
See,
we go.
that's nice. Joe Griffin. I tried the lace when Jerry was on a while back. I was amazed it wasn't as difficult as I'd always imagined it would be.
Yay, that's good to hear. Right.
And Geraldine Allen says, if anyone orders a pink Ford and receives one with gold on, we'll know why.
Carol would never give you that service, so that's never going to happen. Right. So actually, I would put some more beading on this. I've done it on the back there. I haven't done it on the.
Where did you get that ruler from? I've got to agree
Ruler.
with Julie Thomas
This one?
there. No, Julie Thomas says that ruler is brilliant on live. It makes dimensions so easy to see. You know, you've got the big numbers on it.
Yeah, which I've still got the wrong way
Brilliant.
round. It's like back to front. W.H. Smith's.
Yeah.
So my little girl actually got really excited. She goes, "Is that for me?" I'm like, "No, it's for me, for my cake stuff." She get, everything's like cake related, isn't it? We have to keep it separated. So yeah, so I'm not going to do the front just because I've got it on the back, and I want to. If we've got time at the end, I'll just add it on. So stitching is important because you want to give this that luxury finish. And little details really do make all the difference. So I'm just going around my whole
It's those
outline.
little details that make it look more realistic,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. It's that little bit extra time. It doesn't take too long.
And I think that's called a designer wheel or something, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called. But we have it anyhow. It's a triple wheel thing, isn't it?
Yeah. There's two types. They can get a bigger one, a smaller one.
Yeah.
This one has like other little bits on it, which
You get three
I don't know what
wheels
they are.
on
I've
it.
never used it, but
Well, one's just smooth. One does the
a
sort of
wave,
effect,
isn't it?
one is
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah. The smooth one, I suppose, is like a pizza cutter. So you're
Yeah.
cutting your sugar paste nice
Yeah.
and even, and it's a bit safer than a knife on a cutting board.
So Moira McDonald says, this is fabulous. It would take a week and never achieve anything like this. I think you're all wrong, you know. I think you should bake your cakes one day and then come and cover this
Rachel,
another day.
Penny and Julie will tell you after last week's one what they thought was impossible, they still did it, and they had a go, and that's the most important thing, is to have a go.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
And Harvey says, just thinking a red handbag in this design would look stunning, just as the black one does.
I've done a red one in the
Yeah,
past, haven't I?
you've done a red one. Was that you using the ruby lace?
Yeah, so it's Firecracker Red was the red lace,
Yeah.
and that's a pearlized one as well. So as soon as you get it in the through the post, you can use it straight away.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on and let's go and put some details on here. So we're going back to these little bits that we had earlier. So they're already dried, which makes it a bit easier for you to work with.
So Barbara's saying, would you ever consider doing it with just buttercream, or are you always ganache?
You can. So I have in the past. I have done it, especially this side of the shape. It's still quite a organic shape, so you can definitely do it with buttercream, but chill it for a bit longer. So before you put it into the before you start covering it, otherwise it might distort. But in the height of summer, you can't go wrong with ganache, and I just think for what it's worth, and you know, you're not wanting to disappoint anyone or having to rebake, ganache is like a safer route, but charge for it, you know.
When I first started Sugar and Crumbs, I never knew how to make a cake, but I designed my own handbag cake with rose swirls on.
Yeah.
And I had a beautiful leaflet printed out for it, and I'm going to see if I can find that leaflet and post it on the group,
That's nice.
because it gave it out to everybody. It's a great starter one.
So that's so I've just popped that on, because as you can see, because it was already set, it just makes it a bit easier and a lot neater.
Ashley Merithu says the juicy bits now.
The juicy
Excited
bits, yes.
bit.
So we're going to make the padlock first. So if you look at the original one that I've got that I made earlier, just bring it around so you can compare. So here's my two bags. They're not looking too bad at the moment. I could open my own shop soon, can't I? So if the cakes don't work out, we'll just pretend with handbags. So the padlock, it looks a lot more complicated than it is. You just have to break it down into parts. So I'm going to show you something else now that you probably aren't going to be able to buy, but I have got something similar. So if you want to go, you can use
it's good
something.
for you to show them how to make a padlock themselves without having to buy one, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
so isn't it great this class, Gerry's showing you all the things that you don't actually need to buy any tools with, just one or two, and that's what she's going to show you on that princess cake as well. You're going to make dragons and all sorts of things on that princess cake. Cute dragon castle cake, rather. But the so good thing with that is you can just adapt it to anything, can't you?
I think the key is that when the skills that I teach you are basic ones that, you know, if you haven't got the money to invest in the products yet, then you know how to do it. And then if you're going to make more cakes, or if you just want to speed up, then yes, the molds do make a huge difference in time. And I mean, I've got some where I can't do without them now because they are my staple. But it's when you're on a class, you want to learn how to do it properly as well. So we're going to give you both options, aren't we?
So Sue Mary says, how much would you charge for this handbag, Gerry?
So the handbags, you look at about £130, £150, depending on where you are. Some people go up to even £200 or £300, you know. It depends on your area, depends on your level of skill and how long it takes you to make. So this doesn't take me long to make, but someone else it might take double the time. You know, you just factor in your time. But there's no right or wrong, you know. Sometimes it's just a pet project. You just want to do it for family, as long as you're not making a loss with the ingredients, you know, and you'll find your feet. I'm probably not the best one to ask for pricing because I'm still getting it wrong now. I'll spend, if I like a project, I could spend hours doing something just because I like it. And it's the fact that someone appreciates it when they do receive it. That's always nice.
So
right.
Pam Hallam-Wedley says that they are so lucky to be watching such a detailed demonstration for free. Thank you very much.
So all I've done, if we have an overhead there, Simon, just to make it a bit easier, and I'll try and move it. There we go. Right, so what I've done is just rolled out a piece of fondant. This is the sugar paste that we use for the rings again, and it's probably about about a centimetre thick, just because it looks like a padlock. I've made it into a little rectangle, and I've just flattened or smoothed down the sides so it looks a bit more rounded, so just brush it there. Okay, and then we're gonna put a little symbol on the front. So I found this little mini gingerbread, just because we're cake makers, aren't we? So that's quite apt. So I'm going to pop that in. Now, the closest thing that you're going to get to this one is the Karen Davies gingerbread mould, where they've got these tiny little cute gingerbreads, and they're so cute. Actually about the same size, and you just pop that in. It's lovely. Could give him eyes and some buttons, and then I'm going to give him a little smile with my toothpick. It's so tiny, so that makes all the difference. Oh, that would help, wouldn't it? Yeah, there we go. How's that? Yeah. So actually I could have done it this way and it would have been easier for me too. Right, so that's done, and you can measure up, you know, you can make it bigger, smaller. That's actually quite nice for the guy like that.
Can I just point something out to a few people, because I've just been asked on WhatsApp actually. Some of you might see a little star near the comments. John and I have never promoted the stars. The stars are things that you purchase off Facebook, and then every time that you press the star, then that gets taken out your account. I think it's only a penny or something, I'm not sure, but it's helped towards tutorials and stuff. But John doesn't believe in it. John says we started this as free Facebook Lives, and that's what we will continue to do. So we don't encourage you to buy the stars. So please don't think it's us, it's Facebook who sticks them there. So we don't have it.
One thing I actually want to mention is that sometimes I'm trying to tag your business just to say thank you for something, and I can't tag you. I used to be able to tag you, but Facebook doesn't let me tag you anymore.
No, I've noticed that with a few things that I can't
It tends to be businesses, so guys, you know, support them, because we are losing businesses because of Facebook.
That's why
we love them,
this is why we always say like and share. And like and share the page, not just like and share this live. Go to our actual page where you are now, like and share that page. That's what we're looking for you to do, to get more people to come and like us.
Absolutely. Right.
Because that's important, but John won't allow anybody to pay. He says it's always been free tutorials, and that's what we do.
Yeah. Right, so so there's the centre of the padlock. We're going to do the little bit there. Yeah. I'm going to make another sausage. So actually, a good tip, if you're finding it hard to roll sausages, look at the state of my hands. You just use the palm here, because if you use your fingers, it's a bit knobbly, so you're going to get a knobbly finish. If you use the palm and try and keep your palms flat, the chances of you getting a better sausage is the chance of increase. And then you just move it.
So Deborah White, she's used teddy bear brown with white. So teddy bear brown's quite dark, but she's mixed it with white to give it a lighter colour. And it's great for when you want to do things with gold, so it gives a nice base. Yeah. And we're going to give a big shout out to Susan Peel. Hello everybody. Hello Susan Peel.
Hi.
From us. Yeah, if you're new watching tonight, do let us know if you're new and where you are in the UK or around the world. Love to hear from you, and we'd really like you all to like and share as much as you can.
Right, so your padlock comes in 4 parts. We have the main lock, this tiny little square or rectangle that's going to go inside just to help to stop it looking too, just give it dimension. A longer strip, and then also a little sausage, that's the actual buckle bit to the lock. So you're going to use a bit of water, just dab the area that it's going to stick. So you do want this to make contact with the actual cake now, because if you don't, it's going to fall off in transit. And I've made a very big faux pas. Just taking that off. There we go. Oh, can you see there? I have sprayed that gold with edible glaze after it was dried, and that means that if anything gets on it, it's wiped clean. It doesn't take the gold off. So if you want to, you can always dust these first before you put them in.
So Eleanor, we're just waiting for our order of sweet stamps to arrive. We do order them every single week, but they seem to go out of stock very quickly, so I'm just waiting on my delivery. I'll chase them up, but they should have dispatched today, or they'll dispatch tomorrow, so we'll have them in by Thursday.
Right.
Samantha Seeley is watching from Barbados, or I wish I was watching from Barbados.
No.
Maureen Bailey said that's why they keep coming back, and also the quality of the products and the service, which is second to none. Thanks, Maureen.
It's lovely seeing those same names popping up as well.
Yeah.
As say, you know, Valerie.
It's a community, isn't it?
Yeah, but I always get lovely messages. Valerie's always supportive. Jill Cook's always very supportive, and I do notice, like, you pick them up along the way. Yeah. So yeah. So a lot of the posts that you post on the Sugar and Crumbs community group, don't be disheartened if your post doesn't get seen to, because there's so many people on that page. We try and get as many through, don't we?
The community group is very, very busy. It's one of the busiest groups out there, the Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake community. There's 22,000 interactions a day, and I think that's one interaction every 4 seconds on that page, whether it's a love, a comment, a like, or whatever. That's how many is on that page every single day. And I know 1 or 2 people have been upset that their post didn't get any reach on the group, but unfortunately sometimes you just might happen to post when there's something going on, and that post has taken up all the conversation. So never be disheartened. Most things do get lots of loves and likes and everything, but just every now and again you'll put something on it, just bad timing. What to do is go and post it again a couple of hours later.
Right, so this is the padlock bit now. So I've just put the little square inside that middle. Might help with central, there we go. And then we're going to create the illusion that it's got this padlock going through it. So rather than making a padlock and doing all the fiddly bits, we just kind of do it the quick way. So use a sausage and just loop it over there, like so. Make sure it's got a contact point so it sticks onto the padlock. Like that, okay? Is it even straight? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not too bad.
That's lovely. Karine says it's because you're up front and I give them all the information. Can I just tell you, we think we are over the sale, and we are now back to 3 to 5 days. We can breathe. We've got no sugar in the building, but
no more sales.
I'll kill John if he does another sale. But we think we're back on 3 to 5 days deliveries now, and obviously your priorities are getting out. And now we're just on a massive, we've got to turn out a lot of sugar this week, because Hobbycraft are putting a big order, and quite a few other companies are putting big orders, and we need to get the big bags in stock. And then next week we're back on whipping it up.
I've bought some of that now.
Yeah.
It's come through this week, and I can't wait to use it.
The whipping it up is fabulous. Yeah.
I also like your cream cheese frosting. I've got the cream cheese frosting. I've got a big.
Oh, do you like it?
I've got
Yeah,
the big
gorgeous,
one.
isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
it's nice. It's just more stable than using actual cream cheese.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Right. So there's our buckle. So I say you've not actually made something to thread through it. You're giving it the illusion of doing that.
Nutty Elaine has got a daughter Ronnie watching with her.
Oh,
Good. So glad you're all enjoying it.
I wonder whether mine are still watching or whether they've gone to
I've
bed.
not seen their names come up.
They should be going to bed.
Lucy House says she's loving watching tonight. She doesn't usually get to watch them when they're live due to her shift, so it's nice for her to actually watch them.
Right, we're going to make the straps now on the side. So again, it's the same on both sides. You can do different depending on the style of the bag, but this is just one of the methods. So I'm just going to roll out a strip.
Who's had this one, Tim? So this is Nick Manu. She said, I've never heard I've never heard of another business owner on FB call personally about a delivery. I actually got so excited when I heard Carol. It was so bizarre after watching Carol on FB so much. This is personal customer services. How many of you have had a phone call off me? Because loads of you have. I'd rather deal by phone call because sometimes...
You're amazing.
No, my problem is I write a message and it sounds shitty. It's like a text message, depending on what mood you're in and want to read it. I'd just rather ring the customer.
It depends on how people kind of interpret it as well.
Yeah,
you know, sometimes
exactly.
If they're not having the best of days and it sounds a bit aggressive or passive aggressive, then they'll take it the wrong way.
They love the way that you've just showed them how to make that lock.
It's
so
good, isn't it? It's like a really quick way to do something.
Yeah.
If you see, I mean, because it's quite hot again, if it's coming away, just give it a little push down again, and it'll push back in place. So I've just made 2 rectangular black strips, and then this is the Marvellous Mould Goosebumps mat. So one of the best mats out there. If you've not got one,
what is it?
It's called the Goosebumps Marvellous Mould. So if you've not got this one, this is a really good one.
Don't worry, girls, I'll get it in stock tomorrow. But
so
it won't be tomorrow, it'll be in stock on Wednesday.
Just a quick one. Just give it a quick pat. Or you can use like a roller.
Nikki King says she's so pleased that your bag doesn't have the rubbish that she has in her handbag.
It looks pretty full though, doesn't it? I bet if you opened it, there'll be stuff in there.
And all the ladies are phoning in about who've had phone calls. I ring loads of customers.
So just putting the stitching in again to give that extra bit of detail.
I wish Carol would phone us more. At the time.
John won't be happy about that.
I have to tell you, on Saturdays and Sundays, I wish I did phone you all.
Right, take your strip, take your gold ring. Now, as I say, because it's hardened, it's a bit easier to do. Thread it through, and then just join your bit of sugar paste.
How fabulous is that?
Just tap it there, and if it's too long, just chop it, right? And then you're going to use a bit of water and just attach it to the side of your cake.
Oh, Paula Brown, I'll put you on my list.
You're going to have a long list of people complaining now that they've not had a personalised
She's had a phone call off Laura and Karen, but never one of me.
Oh. I'm going to do the other side. So same again.
I try to ring most people because I think when I ring them, the whole thing goes the right way. You can actually have a laugh with people and explain it as it is. Whereas when you try and put it in a text message, it can come across just like...
It's not the same.
I can end up in trouble.
It's that personal experience.
Yeah, but I can end up in trouble with my messages sometimes. And I had to say to one lady, you know, I really wish I'd phoned you. And then she did burst out laughing. So I basically said I wouldn't be in this shit now if I'd phoned you.
There we go. What do you think? Yeah? That's nice. Well, I think that's the thing. Customer service is second to none here, isn't it? You don't...
We try our best. We don't always get it right, but who does?
I mean, there's not enough hours in a day to even keep hold of this. Right, so you see here, because of this padlock being a little bit heavy, it's sliding a little bit, so just push it back up. If you need to, you might want to prop it up with something, you know, just to help it set. I think I've just put a bit too much water on to be fair, that's why it's sliding.
But just saying how amazing it is.
So, oh, that might work. Is it there? Right, let's see. Just find things around.
Sarah waits till the starstruck when I ran.
Pop that there for now, because I don't need that anymore. There we go. Right. Pop
See,
it
these
there.
are the tips, aren't they?
Yeah, it's
Just hold it up, don't panic.
We'll stick a cocktail stick in or something.
Yeah. Well, you can. Where you can avoid it, I wouldn't put them in, obviously. But some things you can't avoid. You have to put them in to support. So that's the idea anyway. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. So right, the chain.
The chain.
The chain. Where is it? Here we go. So I'm rather messy today, aren't I?
And
I've
do you
got
know what,
things
Gerry? I
everywhere.
never thought about using the chain for the handbag. Did I give you that chain mold?
You did,
Yes.
yeah.
And I thought, you know, because it came out with all the under the sea stuff, the Neptune and the
The clamshell. That's
yeah,
lovely.
all
That
that.
one.
I just thought of the under the sea stuff. I never for 1 minute thought of a handbag. And when you sent the handbag today and said I used that chain mold you gave me, I thought, oh my god,
Good,
you
good.
clever
You
girl.
know, you can use it. If anyone's a police officer, cufflinks. Could be for other things, cufflinks. Yeah, dog chains as well. You know, things that are associated, or even if you're doing a makeup or a jewellery, you know, that could be a chain for a charm bracelet.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's lots of uses for, because they're all different sizes as well. So this is one of those molds though where you want to make sure you've got a bit of Tylo in your sugar paste, because if it's too soft, it gets stuck. So I'm just going to use a bit of corn flour, pop mine in. Oh, I've done it on the wrong one. Do it on this wrong one. So a bit of corn flour, and I'm just going to push this into the crevices.
Simon said we've got a lot of chat going on YouTube, which is brilliant.
Ooh,
I only
that's
ever
good.
look at the comments on Facebook,
We've got
but
a
it's
lot of
nice.
people.
Pardon?
Nobody's saying anything.
Nobody's
Come
saying
on.
it, but there's
Come on,
lots of
speak up, YouTubers.
yeah, YouTubers.
I know Chloe's
I don't-
watching, well she said she's watching, and my brother who's working tonight said he's going to watch.
Ah,
Yeah, maybe he'll make one for Chloe, who knows?
Deborah Hargreaves, chains keep us together. Fleetwood Mac fan. I love Fleetwood Mac. Who
I'm sure
designed
I've heard of
Who
the
designed
songs.
the chain mold? It comes from Katie Sue.
Yeah, Katie
And
Sue.
when Gerry was here last time, you did say you had an idea for the chain mold, and I said take that, didn't
She
I?
did, and that's another thing. She's so generous. I had no intention of going away with freebies, and she's giving me these lovely molds, which I'm able to use for other projects.
I'm
So
always giving stuff away there.
yeah, you're wonderful, honestly. But she's given me loads of stuff, to be fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
when that warehouse opens, I'm going to take a load of stuff down to the warehouse and let people just pick what they want and throw it in a box for charity.
I'll be first one there.
Alright?
First one there. Do you know what? It'd be nice to do a donation box, actually.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah, it really is nice just to.
I've got so much stuff that I
Yeah.
could just take down. I don't want to. The last time I said I wanted to give stuff away, John went mad because it caused more hassle having to pull the orders out, and especially with the social distancing, it caused a riot. So I said to John, next time, once we've got the warehouse sorted out, I'm going to go in reception, put all the boxes there of stuff that I don't want, and then people come and then you could just put money in the donation box.
Yeah, that's just lovely. Just like small gestures, like I say, it's thinking of others. It's lovely. Right, so just pop that in there. So like I say, if you have a bit of Tylo powder, that helps to just make your sugar paste a bit firmer to work with. And then hopefully, if I just tap it and give it a bit of a wiggle, it'll come out.
Elaine says she's watching on YouTube but commented on Facebook.
See, I don't even know how to do that. Multitasking. It's amazing.
Our sign went up today for our new warehouse.
Oh,
I
did
felt
it?
chuffed. I felt
Oh,
felt very
lovely.
official. I'll post some pictures of
Yeah,
afterwards.
I do like seeing those. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Wow,
So,
look at that.
no, it's
Love
got
it.
corn flour on it. Don't worry, we just dust it off.
That looks great.
So,
And it does wiggle around, doesn't it?
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well?
it's nice.
Look at that.
but you know, it really. I can. In the old days, before I had this, I would make those chains individually. So it's really cutting out the time for me now. I don't have to worry about that.
Hey Lynn, if you want a load more cakes, I've got a load here if you want to pick them up tomorrow. I think there's 24 in the fridge there to go.
That goes colour on. So as I say, I'm working on a kitchen towel just to make it a bit cleaner. And because I'm using the dipping solution, so it evaporates quite quickly and doesn't soak through, so that hopefully it doesn't soak through.
Dipping solution and rejuvenates is far better than alcohol, isn't it? I know people use
Yes.
alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is better. It dries quicker.
It
and
does.
it's better,
Oops,
isn't it?
sorry.
You find if you use alcohol, it makes it go clumpy as well.
Yeah, I think the actually, what did I use earlier? Might have been this one is with alcohol, and it's a bit less. It's a bit more grainy. You can tell the difference.
There's quite a few people that say they watch it on YouTube, but they comment on Facebook on the phone.
Very clever. Right, so that's the chain. So again, we're going to take this chain. If you give it a couple of seconds to dry, it'll be a bit better. But we're just going to go full steam ahead. Bit of water.
Don't think that'll happen, Paula. If any pink boards go in the box, I'll get a lift to Stockport. May take a few hours, but I'll get there. You'd be lucky, I'm struggling to get pink boards.
Now I'm going to just take the edge of this chain and pop it into one side of that ring. Can you see that? because I want to give it the illusion that it's looping through. And then you're going to take it over the top, and again place it so it has contact with the actual cake, so it's got something to sit on. And if you have some water on it, that helps. So stick that on. There we go.
Yes, Paula, we sell the chain mould.
Yeah, it's a really good mould.
Everything that we've got, everything that Gerry's used tonight, we sell on our website. Everything.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to do the same on the
I'm
other
going to
side.
start the wish list again next week. I've got 2 new young ladies working for us, Simon's assistants.
That's not what they are, is it?
We've got 2 new ladies who's going to, well, one's going to be trained on cameras, new young lady called Antonia.
Oh, lovely.
So she starts tomorrow. You're going to get to meet her in the buttercream flowers class. And then we've got a lovely lady called Katie. We're not sending Simon off anywhere. We're keeping Simon, but just so that Simon can have a holiday and a break.
You want to see him in his best form, really, don't you?
Pardon?
You want him in his best form,
Yeah,
so it's good
No,
to
it's,
give you
Simon's,
a...
it's actually Simon's request that we
Yeah.
get somebody in.
It is hard work. So, you know,
But the
you
thing
really
is, he can't do all the other things we want. But we've taken 2 young ladies on. One to work with Laura and Yin in the office,
Yeah.
and one in.
But,
one
you know,
in
he
the-
was here all today doing the class
Yeah.
till 5:30, and then he's back in again to help me with this one. So, yeah,
And then he's
thank
back
you.
here for a few hours tomorrow day.
Yeah.
Then all
And
day Wednesday.
Then all day tomorrow doing pictures.
Yes, tomorrow doing photographs for us. Yeah. Wednesday all day. Thursday class. Friday Karen. Vegan Friday.
Vegan Friday.
Yeah. Karen does vegan things
Oh.
on Friday.
Oh, she does. Yes, she
Oh,
does.
Carol Allen is your sister, Leslie Irvin. Oh, wow. She got her sister the medium pink board for her birthday, and she
Oh.
said she was totally gobsmacked.
What was the trick to getting it? I want to know how I'm going to get my husband to buy these things for me.
Well, Karen Davies walked in here the other day,
Yeah.
and she just rolled out some sugar base. She wasn't even thinking. She rolled out, and then she picked up the sugar base. She went, "Oh my God, I love this board." She didn't even know what was going on. She just rolled it out, didn't even think about it.
It's one of those where it's a must-have, isn't it? Once you've started using it, because I use the larger version of one of these, that blue one I've got there, but it slides around, so you can't really roll too much. You can do smaller projects, but nothing big. This is a really good weighted one. So, right, let's tap this one out as well.
Where are the girls that used to do the filming? Shelley, we had to say goodbye to. She went, and Maria got a better job. Well, not a better job. She got a job with more money, so we can't hold her back for that. So that's where they've gone.
Can't get this one out. Oh, there we go.
It was very stressful, this job for Shelley. It wasn't for her. She got very stressed and agitated. So we mutually agreed to say goodbye to each other.
It's good experience, though, isn't it? You know,
Pardon?
it's good experience.
Yeah.
There we go. That's come out.
And then Maria, I think with COVID, Maria was very worried when COVID came with it. As a company, we didn't know as a company if we would survive COVID. And Maria obviously was very concerned, so she put the feelers out and the company came in and offered her a job, so she had to take it, which is the way it goes, isn't it?
Makes sense, doesn't
But
it?
her brother still works for us. He's lovely. He's our operations manager, and he's going to take over and run the new warehouse, which is very exciting.
Pop that one on. Just realised on this one, on the first one I made, I've actually got a little like circular or a cylindrical little attachment. So again, you can just loop it through these rings if you want to, but if you just want to give it a little bit extra detail, just roll yourself a little cylinder. Just use your thumb and finger to press to get that kind of shape. So, okay. And again, just make sure you give it a bit. You can give it a bit of paint before or after. And I'm just going to stick it on here, like. Just make sure it's actually stuck to the bag and not hanging off. That's good. And then I can join my chain. So anything that I actually put on the bag, it's just giving the illusion that it's everything's attached together, when half the time it's not. It's just placed in a strategic position.
that's nice. I'd love to work for you, Carol.
So would I.
I'm not always the easiest person. I am a really good laugh to work for, in fairness, but I'm also very strict about some things.
It's like that with every job though, isn't it? As long as you put the effort in, it's appreciated. And it's teamwork. It's all about teamwork.
Yeah.
There we go. So just pop that in there. So the key to doing this is making sure that you have something for these bits to attach to, otherwise it's just going to flop and not hold up the weight, so you don't want that. Right, so let's put that, the black strap. We need to put the black strap on.
Yeah. Laura won't be back doing the lives. Laura's taken on a new role in the office, and she won't be back doing the lives at all. You will see her bob up because hopefully next year we are hoping to move, we're hoping to have a second Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. So you may see her in there, not doing the lives, but she may pop on or something.
Never changing, well, never stopping. Everything's so busy.
No, Maria's still here in Stockport, Maureen. She's gone to a craft company. So don't worry, Maria is alive and well. Lives 5 minutes away from me, and is actually in a company 5 minutes away from here.
Right. So I'm just going to put the strap on now, the front one that goes over. Right. What did I say? What did I say something? Right. I'm going to have to go back and look and see what I said.
You don't realise what you just said there.
No, what did I say?
I'm just going to say nothing.
Mind you, I go on about all sorts, not realising that they have these hidden innuendos.
I don't know if they picked it up either.
Right. What do you want me to call this then? A long strip of fondant. Does that make any better? What did I say? Right, okay. Moving on. Right, so we're going to do a strip of... I don't know what to say now because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Debbie Hargreaves got it straight away. I knew she'd bloody get it.
I will literally come out with all sorts, not realising what I'm doing. Right, let's take that away. That should be okay now and hold the weight.
Jay McDougall, no, it's not two different mats. It's just the, is this the fish?
Yeah, so they're two handbags. They are two different mats because I just wanted to give you two different effects.
I see, yes, right. You're showing two different effects. So one of them is the snake skin and one of them is the...
is the fishnet.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, because some of you might already have these at home and not use them, so get them out, use them.
Jackie Adams, I say put my on. I'll be all urgy, Gerry. A very innocent mistake.
I did this, right, there was a time when I worked at Richard's Cakes in Urmston, Flixton.
Did you work at Richard's
Cakes? I did, temporarily.
Did
I was there for a maternity leave when I was, so I was covering for someone, and I had the fabulous couple of months working with Emma Ball, who is the best cake maker in the world.
I need to get in touch with her, you know, see if she'll come and do some lives.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah. She's so busy, like really, really busy. And it's just her and Melissa, her sister, that works there. But honestly, the skills that you can learn and just watching her, it's just mesmerising. But she was making something, and I just remember going, "Oh, I can see a beaver." I mean, obviously it was a beaver what she was making, but just went completely past me. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Oh, cue the giggles. But yeah, never lived that one down. And now I've just relived it again, so you all know too. Right, so let's do that stitching.
Do you know, I hadn't picked up on the fact that you'd use two different mats for each cake. I kept looking at them thinking that they look different.
They are, they're slightly, I mean, sometimes you just want that effect, don't you? And it depends on the project, so it's just showing you how versatile something can be.
Nikki King says she was at Crofts once and her friend asked a couple if they'd been dogging all day.
Someone put that on the radio earlier. So they meant to say dog walking, but it came out as dogging on the radio.
That was on Peter Kay's car share thing.
Oh.
Was that what it was? No, yeah.
The small green mat is actually a blue mat. Where have you picked that up from?
This is just a craft one, so it's the same as the green one. It's just that I've got a blue version from, again, years ago when I was doing this at the beginning.
I don't know who sells them actually to stock them. Because they're quite a handy little thing to have, aren't they?
They're good to have as little crafts. I think, is it Ryman's? The stationery store probably sell them. But you know, you can. These ones are. If you get smaller versions of these, I mean, they're just as good, but you just can't cut on them, can you?
No. I'd probably get in touch with Crafters Companions. I bet they would sell them.
Right. Let's pop this on. So where the. Oops. So again, if you see where the chain is there, we're gonna. Oops, make another little circular thing. So make another attachment.
You say they both look great. Ashley says they both look great, but she likes the fishnet texture one best.
Yeah, they're both nice.
But it's nice to see it done in different ways, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you can use the fishnet for quite a few different projects, and the snakeskin as well. It just depends on what you're making.
Linda Lewis says you can get that mat in the works.
Oh right.
That's all right, isn't
Okay.
it?
The cutting mat.
Yeah.
Let's see the one this
I've
one is.
never been in the works.
It's a magic stuff.
I've
That's
have I
like
been
a
in there?
craft store, isn't it? Isn't it?
It's a
they
book
sell
shop,
legit-
isn't it?
Yeah, they sell like discount books.
Yeah, good for like young kids actually. You know, they've got lots of little craft stuff.
Cheap painting.
Paint.
stuff.
Yeah. My kids quite like going to that one. Right, so I'm just putting these hoops back on now. So that's the last bit that we're going to loop it back like we did earlier on. Now, if you've got any joins from your ring, that's where you'll loop it over on your strap so that you can't see it. So it's a bit more professional. So loop it through, and if it's too long, just trim it off. It's okay. You can hide it. And then, oops. Stop.
Who's Cat Lamb?
That's my sister.
Right, because she says Lizzie Chiu is giving me her own commentary at home over this cake. So Lizzie is watching.
Lizzie's oh.
Um,
I hope she approves of what I'm doing today because she's my biggest critic. Sometimes when I think
Is
it's
she
like
the eldest or the
she's
youngest?
the eldest, yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a 9 out of 10, sometimes it's 10 out of 10. Or if we're baking something, she's like, why don't you add this onto this? And you're trying to explain to her, someone's paid for that, and they've not paid for that you're suggesting.
Those mats apparently are in Hobbycraft too. Which
Oh,
is
great.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
That's an easier place to get to.
Yeah.
I'm surprised if we could get them
Quite
in the range
flimsy,
as well
so-
or something.
Yeah, actually, don't think I have a range near to where I live, but that's a really good store, I've heard.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop this on here. So again, just kind of pop it on the side and then on the top. And then you can just arrange the strap how you like to make it just look a bit more pretty. There you go. So it's slightly different from that one, but
So don't forget to like and share, everybody.
there you go.
We're very grateful if you do. We've lost a few members, but
Let's do that. It is long, isn't it? It's a long one.
Pardon?
It is a long one.
yeah.
And we're doing quite well.
No, we've done very well actually.
So let's finish off with the teddy bear. So again, the sausage. So this is a key thing, I suppose, with this particular class that you are learning how to do this sausage. But to do it well, once you get it, and it does make all the difference. So cut. So again, because you've got the teddy bear from earlier, and that's gone hard now, so I'm just going to thread it right through that ear. Taper your edges so it makes it a bit easier for yourself.
Diane Lunt says there's a range at Aintree. Hi Diane.
Oh, I think that's on the other side of me.
And Danielle
Amazing.
Avery
Okay.
says that she can't believe you've done all this in one session.
Oh, well, you know what? You'd be surprised with the
Isn't
pressure
it
you
looking
get from doing
fantastic,
it.
everybody? It's good to see all the love hearts and the big thank
Let's
yous
put
for
that
Gerry. Do make sure you do all share this live. You know, go and share it all with your friends. Put it in any other cake groups, whatever. You know, go on YouTube and put some nice comments on there if you will do. That would really help as well.
That's it.
Your sister says, Kat says, I think she's on the road to being a critic more.
Oh, she is. Honestly, she does everything she criticises in a good way. You know, she's a bit of a perfectionist, the older one, but yeah, must learn from the best. So just put a bit of it, as it's just coming off here, so I'm just going to add a bit more water to help
Julie
it tap.
Thomas says, if you steam the cake, would the cake lace dissolve?
No, so if you do it just a short burst, that's actually better for you, the whole cake. And if you are doing like a whole a tiered cake, say you're trying to wrap the lace round, if you steam it first, it actually gives it a bit more of a tacky surface. So it does help. There you go. Add the teddy bear, yeah.
There's another live run inside with us, so I think a few have gone over
Yeah.
sliding over there.
all good. It's all good.
We've all
Oh,
gone to YouTube.
missed out the strap in the top as well. That's another one.
Has it all
Yeah.
gone on YouTube? Oh well, yeah, look at that on YouTube. Cracking 317 on there. That's
Oh,
good.
yeah, that's good. I love how you can actually see what's going on. And
Yeah. Oh, listen, I've got my eyes everywhere.
you have. I've just realised we forgot that top strap, so I'm just going to quickly
Yeah.
do that.
They're saying thank you for a fantastic live. She's not finished
Yeah,
yet,
well,
don't worry. The
we're
bag is
almost there,
brilliant.
but we're doing
So
good.
this is Jacqueline Penfold. Thank you, Gerry, for another
Oh.
brilliant demo. The bag is brilliant. Thank you, Carol, for getting Gerry into your kitchen. It was quite easy.
What, you calling me easy?
Phoned her up and said, what date have you got?
I'm desperate to come over here.
Karen Driscoll is asking, do you ship to the US?
We can ship to the US, but you'll need to email the office. Email the office at info.sugarandcrumbs@icloud.com and let them know what you want to order and give them your address in the UK. They'll weigh the product and they'll come back and give you a shipping quote. Just ask them for a shipping quote, but you don't ask them for a shipping quote without telling them what you need.
Just moving this strap because obviously I forgot about that one in the middle, so we're just going to shimmy it out.
So it's a great live, absolutely love it, fantastic cake.
Thank you.
They're all amazed that you've done this in such a short time.
It's quicker when I don't have anyone watching.
Yeah, well,
Right.
the thing is, you've had to deal with comments and everything as well, haven't you?
But I've
Sarah
really
Webster
enjoyed
says,
it.
what another amazing live, Gerry. Carol and the team, you always go above and beyond. Thank you. That's lovely.
Thank you.
June Barrett, absolutely amazing. Jackie Adams, absolutely gorgeous. Liz Brocklehurst, immaculate, Gerry.
This is still
Leslie
there.
Smith, I have a little baking fan critic. My youngest lass
Aw.
loves baking with me and she's always suggesting what she should do. She loves watching the lives with her too.
There you go.
Marcia Lord, absolutely a brilliant live. Helen Williams, great live. The detail from Teresa. Geraldine, brilliant. Lynn Woodward, Aka, Mary, this is amazing. Sam Ball is still with us.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's it. So all I've done is put the strip over there, and then I've just used a muslin cloth wrapped, just twisted it inside to hold it up whilst it sets, which can take overnight and maybe a bit longer in this weather. So you have lots of options of what you want to do. If you see any imperfections, you can just give it a quick airbrush and then finish it off with an edible glaze spray just to give it that shininess and take away any watermarks as well. So that's really helpful. So yeah, let me just clean this up and then we'll see what they look like side by side. I think that's it actually. Have I covered it? Yeah.
I've got a lady who wrote quite a big message here, Jamie Scott. She's absolutely enthralled by your live tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely love it. She's thank you everybody for all the love out. Thank you very much. Gerry will really appreciate them. She's watching on the TV. She's got her iPad on and her phone.
Oh wow. Thank you very much. Let's say when I come home tonight, which will be, I'll probably get back for about 12:30. First thing I do is go back and just, if there's any comments or questions that you have, I will go back and answer those for you. So if you have any questions, then just leave it with me. But yeah, thank you for watching. It's been really fun tonight. You almost forget that about the weather because you're having to do this and just enjoying it with everybody else. So it's good. Right, let's see. Put these next to each other and we can see what they look like.
Absolutely fantastic. Do you want
Doesn't
to
do
put some
that,
glaze
eh?
on that? Do you want me to give you some
Am I allowed?
glaze?
Right, let me
Yeah.
take it outside then whilst I
Well, I
quickly
was going to say, do you want a
spritz it.
brush glaze on or do you want a spray glaze
We prefer
on?
to spray it just
Right,
because it's
I'll give you
quicker.
some glaze on.
And I'm going to take it outside to do it.
So that you can show them. If ever you're glazing, do it outside. Don't do it in here, and definitely not near the pink board.
Which is a bit black at the moment because I've
Eh?
got sugar paste. It's got a bit black. So I'm trying to scrub it down first. We'll get
Don't
the
worry,
alcohol
I'll do it.
wipes on it and then that'll
So
be
take that outside
better.
and give that a spray.
Thank you. Let's leave this one here so you've still got something to look at.
But
Look
why-
at that. They look quite good next
Yeah.
to each other, don't they? Right,
But
let's
why
do
don't you
that.
spray that one?
Yeah.
I'll show them your castle
Thank
cake
you. Yeah,
again.
good idea.
Yeah. So if any of you want to join Gerry's Castle Cake, it's the 18th of September. We've got lots of classes on because we've got Georgie Godbowl, but keeping you all busy and occupied. And don't forget, when you join the classes, you can go back and watch them time and time again. And lots of people don't actually do the class on the day. They like to watch it in their own time and then go back and make it. £30 for this class. It's the 18th of September when it actually happens, but it's yours forever. And what Gerry's going to do is show you how to make all this without actually having to buy any tools and cutters, just the basic normal tools that you should have. And isn't it fabulous? The cute dragon castle cake, which is fantastic. Here we go, Gerry. how amazing that, doesn't it? Isn't it nice with the spray on there?
Oh yeah, makes all the difference. Oh, can't even move this one because they're quite heavy because they are cake.
Yeah.
There we go.
How good, isn't that fantastic? Big round of applause. Where your cake's going?
Well, you can have that one. So
I would have to donate it to somebody.
I would love that.
Would you?
So your choice where you'd like it to go.
Well, if you want us to donate it to somebody, we will, or you can donate it to someone.
I'm sure you know more people than I do, so that's free to a good home.
Well, I might take. Well, I've got Lynn coming tomorrow. I might let the nurses have it tomorrow.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
lovely because
Yeah.
I know you've done a lot of them where you have given them to the hospices and to the hospitals.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the district nurses will love that if I give them that. I think Lynn's watching at the moment. Lynn, is it cupcakes or the handbag? You can decide. She's popping in tomorrow. So, and then I'll take the others up to the old folks home because they love them. So fantastic, isn't that wonderful, everybody? So thank you everyone for joining us. We'll get Gerry in the kitchen. If I can get her, I'll have a chat with her after to try and get her in on a monthly basis, on a regular slot on a Monday. But we are going to be putting about 3 or 4 classes together, and we're kicking off with the first one with this one.
Yes.
So many of you joined tonight, and when Gerry sees how many's joined already, she'll be really chuffed. But that one's there, and like I say, look at all the other classes that are available because they're excellent value for money, and they're yours forever to keep, which is great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a really good live today.
You've enjoyed
I've
it?
enjoyed
It's
it
good
just
live.
as much as last week.
Every live you've done has been brilliant when you've been in the kitchen. You've always had a good time.
It's
haven't you?
it's your audience. You've really kept me engaged, so thank you. I say every time we do one, if you ever have questions, just jump at us and just tell us what you want to see because it helps us to get the show moving along, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Really good.
So we're going to go now. So those who are in the Buttercream Flowers class, we're in there tomorrow. 11:30, Cupcake Bouquet class, 10 o'clock on Wednesday. Buttercream Flowers class again, 1:30 on Thursday. We're keeping you busy. And then I'll be live here on Thursday night. I'm not sure what I'm going to make on Thursday night. I think I'm going to do a buttercream flower cake for you. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've seen a nice little design that I wouldn't mind making for you. And then on Friday, Karen is doing Vegan Friday. So again, a very busy week with us in the Sugar and Crumbs Kitchen. All free, the Facebook Lives. Obviously the classes aren't. But even in my classes, if you want to join my Buttercream Flowers class or the Cupcake Bouquet class, when you pay for that, I give so much to that. You'll see, if you speak to other members, they'll tell you what we're doing. And tomorrow, ladies, we're making a ranunculus, and I'm going to show you the pansies again. I realised where my mistake was, so we're going to do them again. So there's a tiny mistake, but it needs to be put right.
That's all it needs then,
I
isn't
made
it?
beautiful pansies, but couldn't remember how to make them. But then I've realised what it was, and it's just a tiny mistake. So tomorrow I'm going to put it
when
right.
you're doing it at
Yeah.
that spur of the moment, it just comes out,
Yeah.
or you just leave it at the back of your head, don't you? So.
Yeah. So be ready for your buttercream flowers tomorrow, girls. And the pins will be being dispatched tomorrow by Valerie and Christina, those who want nail pins. So I'll have them available in stock on Wednesday because I know you all want them. And the left-handed nozzle for the little rose, don't worry that you're right-handed. I'm right-handed. You need the left-handed nozzle. That's what you actually need. That's what makes the tiny, tiny little rose for the macarons. You're not turning the hot
I'm
off yet,
impressed you did that
Simon.
one actually, because
What?
I saw it, those tiny roses, because I wanted to have a
He
go
took it
for-
home for his girlfriend.
Oh, you didn't say many.
What?
The little rose one,
Roses.
didn't you?
Rose one what?
Macarons.
Macaron with the
That's
little
what
flowers
some
on.
Little roses.
Yeah.
Are they? Did you
Yeah,
say me
yeah.
one?
But
You're not getting this cake now.
if you want me to do those macarons and roses again, I'll do them next week for you. But if you want that nozzle, it's this PME Super Tube, and it's the 56L. Do not worry, it's left-handed. You need the left-handed nozzle. So I'm right-handed, but you definitely need the left-handed nozzle. Good. Right, thank you everybody for that. Thank you, Simon. Good as usual, and thank you very much, Gerry.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go home, but it's been a really good evening, so thank you.
Yeah, fantastic. Cheers. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.